So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
I'm Luke,
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sean.
and welcome back to Not So Hot Takes. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We are officially, 2 weeks away from week 0?
Dose.
And college football is back.
We're back, baby. We're so back.
College football is back. It's the best time of the year. Even though the summer is great and we don't love to rush the summer, we have to get to the best season of the year. That's college football, that's NFL season. It's all of the above, and it's time for us to break it down. Two teams represented between the three of us. Obviously, we're repping them right now, and we're ready to roll. Some high expectations from both teams here, I would say. I would say a majority of our happiness also riding on the next, 20 weeks, all in all.
My entire mood, yeah. Every single day.
My life is in your hands, James Franklin.
Not what you want to say, but
No, but here we are.
Can Hugh Freeze do it?
no.
Was
Probably.
it truly Peyton Thorne? Was Peyton Thorne truly the problem?
He was part of it.
He was damn near most of it. Now he's a Cincinnati Bengal. Give
Juice.
him a round of applause.
That's
Got that
awful.
juice. He's got that juice.
So we're going to dive right into it. We got a couple different segments to go on. First, between the two teams, we're going to go ahead and dive into our predictions for the upcoming season before we take an overall look at the landscape of college football. Sean or Sam, do you guys want to take it away with Penn State? I'm sure that you guys are both going to have some of the same thoughts here.
Yeah.
I can do it.
I also have some thoughts.
I can do it. I think, what are we doing? We're just going to go game by game schedule.
If you want to go game by game, I would say that is beneficial. But I also have an overall, for both teams, I have an overall, keys for it to ways that it could go wrong, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit about the team first.
Overall. Yeah, if you want to do that, then how about we do that? Yeah, you roll through your team and your keys to success for the year, and then we roll through the schedule.
Okay, yeah.
The schedule will include a floor, and a ceiling.
And then an official prediction?
Yeah, a floor and a ceiling in your official prediction.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, diving into the team a little bit, it's Penn State. Oh, wow, all the same issues are the exact same. It's just that they're a little bit more experienced coming into the year. I think the biggest question mark, obviously, is the passing game because it was the biggest question mark last year, and they had to fully revamp it. I mean, you bring in 3 receivers, one of them has to click because last year they had 0. That's going to be the biggest thing on offense. I mean, you return 2 1,000-yard rushers, arguably 2 top 5 backs in the entire country under your team. You're not too worried. It's arguably the best offensive line that Franklin's had since the Big Ten championship team, most experienced. I mean, Luke Reynolds at tight end he's not Tyler Warren, but I think he's damn near. He's probably more athletic, but I mean, obviously Tyler Warren is different. But I'm a big Luke Reynolds guy. It's all comes down to the receivers on offense because, as you know, 0 catches in the Notre Dame game, 0 yards in the second half of the Ohio State game. These are the reasons they lost pretty much. And then, I mean, I don't know, Sam, do you want to comment on that before I move to the defense?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see a lot. I like Reynolds a lot, but I think Khalil Dinkins is going to be a little... You're going to see him get 3-4 passes a game, and it's going to be for yardage. I think they're going to focus in on Reynolds just because we had a strong year last year with Warren. So it's going to be okay, they're going to play a tight end game. But then we have that new kid, Kobe Howard, who is absolutely shredding up the field right now. So I don't know. They always have a chance to have such an exotic playbook, and they just never use it. That's what sucks. They have so many chances, and they just never use it. The best exotic playbook they ever had was when we had Trace and Barkley, just because they could both move and Trace could throw. But I mean, Reynolds, Dinkins, Kobe Howard should be good. I really don't want to see Clifford ever touch the field ever again. But
I don't think
we'll play that by
Christ.
ear.
Jesus.
But yeah, they should be pretty strong.
I mean, the 3 transfer guys is the big turning point. I mean, you get Pena from Syracuse, 1,000-yard guy. Devontae Ross from Troy, he was a 1,400-yard guy, but obviously he's doing it at Troy. Now you have to go to the Big Ten. It's a big step up, but the speed on him is different. I mean, they haven't had a guy be able to take the top off of a defense in a long time. I think he's the biggest chance of having a guy like that, and I think the biggest X factor The biggest X factor on offense for me is Kyron Hudson from USC. He had that insane one-handed catch in the first game of the season last year, and then he didn't do too much. But we know that USC's wide receiver core is loaded, so like being the fourth guy in that room wasn't a dig at him. They were just really good. If he can turn into something, I'm not too worried about Pena and Ross being bad. One of them, I feel like, is going to be able to step up. It's going to be about finding another guy. I mean, Ross and Pena are both a little bit undersized, so having Hudson with a little bit more size, maybe line up on the outside, will definitely be an X factor for me, at least offensively.
I mean, yeah, but we're forgetting about one key piece, and Drew Aller, dude. Can he
I'm not worried about Drew Aller.
look?
I'm not.
I'm not worried right now until you have a reason to be worried. Like last year, he played good football, and then he kind of got eaten up by the good teams. You saw that in Ohio State, and then a little bit in Notre Dame too. Look, he's a good player, but it's maturity. We're going to see if he's mature. It comes down to Aller at the end of the day. Like these guys can't make plays unless your quarterback throws to you, and your quarterback's got to be mature enough sometimes to throw it away, scramble, take the sack, stuff like that. Taking a sack isn't always the worst. I mean, we saw that in the game against Notre Dame. He throws a pick across his body because you throw that away, dude. It's first down or second down. I think it was first down.
It was bad. It was bad. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's all on Aller, to be honest. I think that Drew Aller played well enough last year that if he plays that well again this year, but they have like talent at wide receiver, they can win the national championship. Like I don't think he needs to be any better than he was. Like he can't be worse, but like it's more so about finding guys for him to be able to throw to. I mean, he won however many games last year, 13 games last year, throwing to his running backs and his tight end. Like that's good. It's like I think we can all accept that the wide receiver core was one of, if not the problem on the offensive side of the football. So obviously if he takes that next step, that would be huge and you're a lot less worried. But if he plays as good as he did last year, I think they're good enough to win the national. Now, do I say they will if he plays just as good? I wouldn't say that, but I think he can put you in a position to where you can accomplish things, especially with that amount of talent that's all on the other, like the rest of the roster.
Yeah, and I mean, it starts in the early games too. Even Nevada, FIU, Villanova, you're going to stomp. But like that first matchup against Oregon, September 27th, like you're going to have to make the correct decisions. Like if you
correct, yeah, I mean that's the big step.
right, but like I always love going back to Nick Saban's Alabama like era. Like they made, I know you roll your eyes, but they made minimal mistakes, and whenever a team made a mistake, they made them pay. Like our defense can't make a big time play, and then we go 3 and out because guys aren't open. It's on both of them, but like Aller's going to have to show that he's a little more mature and make the right plays.
Are we all really that worried about Oregon?
I think they're sneaky, bro. They got a good coaching staff.
Like you're gonna ask Dante Moore to go into a away game at Penn State, he hasn't started a game yet at Oregon.
Look, I understand, and I think that Penn State should and will be favored that game, and they probably should.
I think it'll be like a 6.5, maybe 9.5.
Right now,
I mean, it depends.
Right now,
it depends on what. It depends on what Dante Moore looks like in their first few games. I mean, what's their big game at the start of the year? I don't know.
Oregon?
Yeah, I don't think they have a game until
Montana State, Oklahoma State. I mean,
so nothing.
Yeah, Northwestern,
nothing crazy.
Oregon State, Penn State.
Yeah, so nothing. So like this, it's the same concept. It's just that they're in two very different aspects. I think that Oregon is loaded.
I guess it's the whiteout why this game's so expensive.
Well, yeah, of course, and it's actually a night game whiteout. Thank God.
What do you think the minimum is?
320.
Yeah, at least 400.
373.
Close.
That's before fees.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the night game. But anyway, yeah, I'm not worried about Aller. Like, now, do I want him to take that next step so that we feel a lot more confident? Sure, but like, I don't think it's required. I mean, I don't know. Luke, what do you want to say anything before I move on to the defense?
Well, I'll just give my quick synopsis because the only really thing. So overall, I'm pretty high up on Penn State. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeding into the hype kind of with this team. I think honestly, even though you almost lost your best player being Abdul Carter, like not Abdul Carter, sorry, or yeah, you think that you would take a step back, but I don't think they did. I think though, if Penn State plays to their ceiling, which in my opinion is undefeated national champion, Drew Aller could be the first quarterback off the board in the NFL draft. I think he has all the talent in the world to do it, and he's going to have the IQ to do it. I think that people aren't as scared to draft quarterbacks that are older as they are to draft a running back or wide receiver, or whoever that's older, because they're still their IQ is a little bit higher, their football IQ at least. But my three kind of things for Penn State really is the defense is very young, so there's a lot of unproven talent on that defensive side of the ball. So you don't know what you're going to get exactly. You know a little bit what you're going to get with your defensive line. And then the second thing is Penn State has typically brought in a lot of transfer portal wide receivers, but none of it's really panned out. Is this going to be the year that it finally is like these guys are game changers and are going to take the top off and hit? And then the third one was last year Drew Aller's ceiling. Was that the best Drew Aller you're going to get? If those are my three things. If all of the things are that I just said are true, it could be really bad. If it's not, then I think you have a national championship team. Even if two out of those three things are right? Like, I think your main two you got to be concerned about is your quarterbacks and wide receivers because somebody's got to score the ball. But if your defense, like, there's not many teams on your schedule that I think are going to unload offensively on you besides maybe Oregon and Ohio State. So if you can find a way to at least limit their time of possession, then it shouldn't really be a problem. Are those fair assessments? Would you say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're wrong. I mean, the only thing I don't know if I agree with is that our defense is young. I don't know if it's young. I just don't think the depth is my question mark, as specifically on the defensive line. Like, there's stars. I think the secondary is stout. Like, AJ Harris is one of the best corners in the country. I think Zakee Wheatley is one of the most underrated safeties in the country. Like, nobody really talks about him, but he's a ball hawk. He's like all over the field. Elliott Washington had a good year last year. I mean, the biggest question mark for me is linebacker. If we're talking about like starters, just because Tony Rojas has all the talent in the world, we know that he's an athletic freak. We saw him on that pick six in the SMU game, but like, is he able to take the next step as an actual linebacker rather than a football player? Is like my biggest question, because I think sometimes he runs around like a chicken with his head cut off because he's like just wants to make a play instead of putting himself in position to make plays. And that's hard because Kobe King was like the opposite. Kobe King wasn't the most athletic guy in the world, but he was just a really good like run defender because he'd always have himself in the right spot. It's just sometimes he wasn't athletic enough to keep up with guys. Tony Rojas is the complete opposite. It's like he sees the ball and he runs right after. And it's like sometimes you need him to like diagnose a play rather than attack it immediately. But they brought in that Campbell kid from UNC. I've only heard good things. I haven't seen much about him, but talented kid. But at the same time, like, the linebackers haven't been strong the last few years. And from a school that used to be linebacker U, it's definitely a question mark. And then, like I said, the depth on the defensive line is a question mark for me, just because they sub a lot on the defensive line. And usually they're bringing in like 4 stars in the second team. And now they lost Abdul Carter. Max Greenfield got hurt in the preseason, so he's out. So it's like, who are you bringing in off the second team? I mean, DDS, everyone loves DDS. I'm not as high on DDS as a lot of people, but I know he's like, the talent is there. Like, obviously, if he takes the next step, he could be all world, but I'm still waiting for that. Zane Durant is really good. Don't get me wrong. But then behind that is like, you're relying on Alonzo Ford, like, huge dude, obviously could be talented, but like, you don't know. The Zariah Fisher is talented, but like, you don't know. You've never seen him do it consistently. Like, hopefully they're taking these steps, but it's a question mark for sure. Now, if they pass that test, this defense could be all world. Like, no questions asked.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, I agree with Luke too, though. Like, we kind of know what we're going to get, but there are so many holes we're not sure. It comes down to game calling, dude, and game decisions. And unfortunately, we don't have a good track record with a coach making good time game decisions. Like, James Franklin has literally got to step up to the plate this year.
Is James Franklin your offensive play caller?
No, it's Kotelnicki.
I like.
So,
he never called plays on offense, but
he's got to be a dog. James Franklin's got to come out of the shell. I would onside kick to start off the year. Just show them what we're doing.
Who do you open up the season with?
Nevada, bro.
FIU, I'm pretty sure.
We open up with Nevada week 2.
Is Nevada the first? I thought Nevada was the second game. Oh, Nevada is the first game.
Game 1.
Right. Okay, well, let's just hop into the schedule then. How about that? So,
do you want me to give mine first, unbiased, or do you want me to give?
Well, let's run through the games first, and then.
Yeah, let's
So
just
just
do
to give
win-loss for each
just to
game.
give a little snapshot.
Well, hold on. Are we doing running through win loss? I'm not going to sit here and disagree because we are going to end up throwing stones for no
I'm
reason.
saying 16-0 national championship.
Well, here, let's just go through
That's
it.
their
Okay.
ceiling. What
Relax.
No, that's
worst
what's
case?
going to happen.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay. So, August 30th, week 1, Nevada comes to town.
Win.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Week 2, FIU
Win.
comes to town at home. Week 3, Villanova,
Win.
and then bye week. So you're 3-0, hopefully.
That's an early bye week.
Yeah, it's an awful
Coming
bye
off
week
the-
to have.
Well, there's 2 bye weeks now.
Oh, that's right.
So first bye week, you come off. You're at home against Oregon, 6:30 Central,
Hopefully a
7:30
win.
Eastern.
7:30 p.m.
Whiteout at home, first home night whiteout in a few years. I mean, you got a team like Oregon just lost their best wide receiver for the season under
Their rookie quarterback also.
under seasoned quarterback. What word I'm trying to think of.
Unproven.
You hope to win that game. These are the games that James Franklin needs to start winning.
Especially if they're still ranked 7 or even 6. Like
That'd
if
be
they're
huge for the program.
because they haven't played anybody. Like
Yeah, it's most likely 3-0 Penn State taking on 4-0 Oregon.
Yeah. Oregon might
On a
slide up
national
too,
spotlight.
because depending how the game looks, Texas OSU week 1, then we'll see.
Yeah, but we'll say like that one. It's a winnable and losable game right now. We'll talk about our predictions after. But then week after that, you go to UCLA, which is like low key a trap game.
It is
You
a
have to go
trap
all
game.
the way across the country.
coming off I don't think Nico's very good anyway, but like he has it in him to like
Yeah, he's experienced. He was a 5-star.
right. Like he's played in a playoff game before. He got blown out in a playoff game, but it was like it's a huge trap game in my opinion.
It's a trap game.
a
It's a
massive
trap game. It's scary. It's scary, but you have
People
to. Win
think
that game.
UCLA can be decent in the Big Ten. Like I don't. How decent is that question? I think everybody's just hyping him up because Nico's on the team now.
Yeah, no, I'm not in that boat. But anyway, next Northwestern at home. Shout out Chicago.
Huge win.
And then to Iowa.
Yeah,
Another trap, bro.
It always has fits,
Another
dude.
trap.
Iowa gives every good team in the Big Ten fits.
Dude, they give us
every year.
hell.
It's not a trap game. It's a hell game.
Yeah,
it's
hell
not
game.
a trap.
Hell
It's a hell
game,
game. It's
dude.
always a hell game.
What is
It's
it
always a
slated
hell
for?
game.
What's the time slated for?
It's to be determined, but it's
I
probably
see
gonna.
noon.
I see TBD.
I see noon on my ESPN says.
I hope to God it's noon because night games.
Stadium Saturday 10, 18, 25, 12 o'clock.
Thank God, because night games at Kinnick are
I
hell
think
on
low
earth.
key that the ESPN doesn't know that they have the times leaked because everything where they sell tickets, it like says right here underneath it says like the time.
Yeah, because I Oh, it says it on the tickets. Oh, that means it's still to be determined because they just put noon. Oh God.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
I just watched
let's
the
see.
highlight video of 2017 where Saquon had 300 yards and carried that team to the win on the last second touchdown. And that Iowa team was not good, and we still almost
Well,
lost.
let's see. I would be interested to see who else plays because who else is playing that week for Big Ten? Well, I guess the biggest Big Ten game is gonna be at noon, but
Or it could be the NBC game, like the Penn State Oregon game.
could be.
Which
But I
is a
think
night
that's just
game.
whiteout. I think they just did that for the whiteout. They're not gonna get? Are they gonna get? I know Big Noon Kickoff is the host, but
Wait, okay, so the same day, Michigan State plays Indiana, Pitt, Syracuse, SMU, Clemson, Ole Miss, Georgia,
That might be
Mississippi
prime time.
State, Florida,
almost Georgia could be.
Yeah, that'd probably be
Because
game day.
ESPN, because it's ESPN.
Tennessee, Bama
It won't be game day.
Could be
Didn't
that
game day
too.
already announce their locations?
for the first week, but other than that, no.
They also
Ohio
coming to
State's at
Ohio-
Wisconsin.
Are they also coming to Columbus? Or are they going to LSU Clemson?
We don't know. Oh, the first week? I think they're also coming to Ohio State, yeah.
I think I'm going to
Missouri,
go tailgate that
Auburn,
game.
we'll get there.
I think I'm going to
Over Beulah.
tailgate that game.
Bober Beulah. Be scared. Anyway, yeah, so that is at Iowa. Terrifying game. Then a bye week. So, like, going
Great
into a
bye
bye week
That
is.
a great bye week.
And then you go to Ohio State, November 1st.
I don't know if I like the bye week right before Ohio State. Didn't that
You need
happen
it.
to us
You
like
need
2
it.
years ago?
You
You
do.
need it, especially after
You
the
do.
slugfest that it could be with Iowa.
Yeah, you definitely
Sure
do.
need it.
You definitely do.
Why would you not?
Gives them too much
I
time
don't
to
see-
think, man.
I don't think so. That's not how it works in football. I think that's more of
Yeah.
a baseball thing.
Anyway, yeah, off the bye week, you're in Columbus, November 1st. Probably a noon game.
Definitely
think-
a noon game.
I think they almost confirmed it as a noon game
It's definitely
already.
a noon game.
And then you go back home and you get Indiana coming to town.
I ain't that worried about Indiana.
Love it.
Are you?
No.
Hey, Indiana's
No, I think they're
good.
frauds, bro.
They got
They're
worse.
frauds.
They got
No.
way worse.
They're fraudulent.
Did
bro.
they?
I think they got worse.
Did they? Why?
They're just fraudulent.
I don't think they're gonna do.
I'm.
What do their portal look like? I'm trying to
They brought in
remember.
Mendoza.
From Cal. I know.
Yeah.
I know you beat Auburn, but like I'm from Cal.
Everybody beat
Well, that doesn't
Auburn,
mean
bro.
anything.
Calm down there,
Dude,
buddy.
I'm not worried about Mendoza.
They brought in somebody else. They brought in a running back
Rourke
too.
was better than Mendoza last
I
year.
don't know if he was. Last year, maybe, but is he more talented? I don't know. Anyway, that's a scary game for me. But then you go to Michigan State, and then
I'm nervous about Nebraska.
back home to Nebraska. I like where that sits in our schedule, though.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
do too.
And then week after that, you end at Rutgers. So look, we all know the ceiling is undefeated. Win the whole thing. Like that's the ceiling. This team can do it. That's definitely not a. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'm interested what you have your floor at.
My floor is like worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, you lose every possible toss-up game you think you have.
Every single thing went wrong. 8-4.
That's what I
Holy
have.
shit!
I have 8-4 as your floor. I think
That's worst case scenario.
That's,
honestly, that's like look inside and like figure out what the hell just happened this year because
for me that's Oregon, Ohio State. I know we're gonna
Iowa.
We're gonna flip flop. I didn't have Iowa in my opinion. I had Nebraska. If Nebraska's as good as we face, potentially good, then I think that could be. If you've lost 3 games already that season, and then you're facing Nebraska.
Well, who's the third loss before that?
Or Indiana, I guess. Oregon, Penn State, Indiana, Nebraska. Or you can flip flop Nebraska and Iowa. Like it didn't it depends where you are in your schedule. If you've already lost 3 games and then you have Nebraska who could be riding something hot, like you don't know.
Sure.
It's it's either one. It's those.
I'm way more nervous about
games.
the game than any of the other 2 games.
Yeah, it's the 3 ranked games, and then it's because let's also say worst case you go undefeated by the time you face Ohio State, and say Ohio State is also undefeated. Whoever loses that game is going to move back a spot. Maybe that'll be number 1 versus number 2, and you'll move back a spot.
Yeah. Here's my thing: is I've seen a James Franklin team lose a huge game like that Ohio State game, and then the next week like lay an egg against a decent team like an Indiana. Like I watched, it was 2017. You go to Ohio State, you're up 17 in the first half. Saquon returns the opening kick. They come back and beat you 39-38. Crazy comeback. Your defense lays an egg in the second half, and then the next week they go to Michigan State, who was not great, and they lose that game.
That was also a rainy, shitty game. Excuse my language.
Sure, but like you're the better team.
Both teams had to play in the same.
You had to be prepared. You have to be prepared for that. Like you're telling me that Pennsylvania, the middle of Pennsylvania on November 8th is going to be pretty? I don't think so. It's going to be ugly.
That's where you are.
I know where they're going to be. It's going to be right smack dab in the middle.
That boy going to be cold.
I think
the fans have more than 1 sock and tennis shoes on.
Dead has. But the floor is 8-4. That floor 8-4 is worst case scenario. Everything went wrong. Like, I mean, obviously this is like disregarding like worst case scenario, which is like for any team is like your quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah, your quarterback. But who's your backup?
It's what's his name? Oh my god, what's his name? Dude, I should know this. That's bad. That's really bad. Grunkmeyer, thank you.
I was about to say
Grunkenmeyer, but he's played half a game, so like worst case scenario is like your quarterback gets hurt, and then your next best player gets hurt on defense, and then like any team could go 4-8 because everything goes wrong. But I'm talking like realistically, everything goes wrong. 8-4. You have to look internally and say this was supposed to be a year someone's getting fired. Like, sorry,
James Franklin.
Maybe at 8-4, you could definitely consider it.
I mean, at what point though?
After the season,
bro, he's never won a big game. Like he has not.
Yeah, but now if he goes 8-4, he's losing games he's supposed to win, which is what he's supposed to be good at. That's when you start looking at it. It's like okay, but
yeah. I mean,
anyway, that's like floor, like basement. But anyway, predictions. Luke, why don't you go first? Because I know you have it super prepared.
Oh, I want to say 12-0.
Oh gosh,
I'm gonna say 11-1. I'm gonna say 11-1. I'm gonna say 11-1. I truly don't think that there's really a way you lose to Oregon. Again, knock on wood. But like,
what are we?
You can't ask you. We're talking about each other's teams here. Like, we're gonna be like, I'm being brutally honest. I think 11-1 is your realistic. Pick a game in your schedule against a ranked opponent. I think if you drop Oregon, you beat Ohio State. But I think low key, if you're undefeated going to Columbus, and they also are, But I have this is going to be probably my hottest take of the episode.
Oh,
Gosh.
I don't think Ohio State makes the playoff.
Oh, that's that's kind of nuts. That is a hot take, bro. That's wild.
I don't think Ohio State makes the playoff. Here's the problem: is it's a two-sided, it's a double-edged sword here, right?
he's drenched in SEC gear. Like they're gonna
Bro,
love this.
Yeah, dude.
I think that their quarterback situation is not as good as everybody thinks it is. But then when I also say that out loud, they haven't really had a bad quarterback since C.J. Stroud's senior year. So and he wasn't even bad.
What do you mean? They had McCord. McCord wasn't great.
McCord was
I mean, he
dog
wasn't-
shit.
I mean, he wasn't dog
Excuse
shit.
my
I mean, he
French.
wasn't. Okay, you know how many teams would have traded to have Kyle McCord and stuff?
Not saying anything there, brother.
Dude.
But I do think, though, I think they crumble. I don't think they have a very favorable schedule, and so I think that there's a way for it to all go wrong, and
They're
They're gonna go back to back now.
Texas to start. They also have to go to Illinois, Penn State, and Michigan. At Michigan.
That's not that bad.
Why are we talking
It's
about
not that
Michigan
good.
like they're gonna be good?
They've lost to them 4 years in a row, and it's now at Michigan.
Starting
It's
in
true.
March
I'm not-
14 is kind of crazy.
I'm not picking Ohio State to win that game until they can prove they can.
Yeah.
They already have that line out. It's OSU minus 5.5.
Don't care. Only 5.5.
That's a
That's
trap.
crazy.
But you
They have to go to Purdue also.
come off in Illinois, and I think Illinois is the truth, low key. And then you got to,
The regression's coming, Sam. I don't care.
Stop.
and then you're
I
at,
don't care.
Fighting
And then
farmers,
and then
brother.
you go to
Throwback.
then you got to squeeze Wisconsin between an Illinois game and a Penn State game.
Wisconsin sucks.
Well, it was their first losing season since 2001.
Yeah, they're gonna have another one.
They could.
Have you seen their schedule? Their schedule's
Could be a trap
insane.
game. Could be a trap game.
They go to Bama week 3.
Dude.
That's tough.
It's the home and a home.
That's so tough.
But I don't know. I think there's a way. But so here's the
Oh,
only thing though. I
Ohio
think
State does go to Washington, and I like Washington.
if Ohio State, I think if they win 3 games, the college football playoff is just going to be so biased towards Ohio State. They might be the first 9-3 team to make. Was Clemson 9-3 last year?
Wasn't Ohio State 9-3 last year, or
Yeah.
they were
They
10-2,
lost to Michigan
and Oregon, and
and Oregon.
was that it? Okay, yeah,
10-2.
I'm tweaking.
But if I can't remember if Clemson was 9-3 or not last year, but if they weren't, then
Yeah, they were, but they won the ACC. That's
right.
why.
So I'm saying they might be the first 9-3 team that doesn't win their conference to make it into the playoff, just because the college football playoff is towards Ohio State.
It's crazy.
But I don't know. I also just want everybody in my freaking on my job site to cry. I just cannot, dude. You don't
Okay.
understand the pain. But
Okay, realistically, let's think about this. In order for them to miss the playoff, they have to lose the Penn State game,
yeah,
and they have
And
to
the
lose
Illinois
the
game.
Texas game, and they have to lose at least one more. They can
Illinois
win
or
the Illinois
Michigan.
game or
That's
Washington.
not that unrealistic. That's not that unrealistic.
That is pretty
When you-
unrealistic. That's like you're
No, it's
taking.
not.
You're flipping.
You have a
3 points.
pretty much freshman quarterback starting at home against a somewhat proven Texas with Arch Manning,
What's the line on the Ohio State game, Sam?
the Ohio
For
State Penn
us?
State game?
No, the Ohio State Texas game.
OSU minus 2.5.
Dude, that's a trap
game's gonna be
either
fun.
way you go.
And first, and also from experience, Ohio State's not that loud.
Jesus,
That's not that
drenched in SEC
It's
gear.
not that loud. I'm just being real.
If we can't go viral with this, like when?
Ohio State's not that loud. Somebody clip this, put it on the Twitter.
Clip
Ohio
that,
State's,
please.
Ohio State's not that loud. I was there.
He
It's
says-
really not.
By the way, Luke is in Columbus.
I was able to have
Go-
a full-on
go find-
conversation with Sean Hockhauser during a playoff game, and I could hear
You
it. So
did do that, yeah. That did happen. That is correct. Yeah, so they have to lose to Texas. It's not out
It's not-
of the realm
Not
of
out of the realm
possibility.
but it's hot.
It's very hot.
But I don't think they make the playoff.
It's very hot.
That is wild.
I just don't. I mean, they're in my. Once we get later, they are in my prediction, but that's a safe play.
That's
But
nuts.
in my
Can't
heart,
have
I
two
don't.
different ones.
God, commit to it.
Okay,
Don't be
Yeah.
a puss.
I'll replace them.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Daddy. I don't care.
Love that. Okay, so like
What?
if they lose to Texas, they lose to Penn State, they lose to Michigan, then they'll have wins over Wisconsin on the road, Illinois on the road, and Washington on the road. And they'll be 9-3. But they won't have any Big Ten experience,
It's very
like
possible.
Big Ten championship. Do they still make the?
At 9-3, I think that they make it though. At 9-3,
Okay,
I think they
I don't.
make it at 9-3, but I think 8-4. It also depends though how many 10 teams are 10-2.
Yeah, I don't think it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No.
I looked at you crazy, but like, sure, things have to go wrong though. Julian saying has to be
For sure.
the what's the opposite of the truth? The false.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
don't
false.
think he's good, to be honest with you. I just don't. I
Anyway, well, we've deviated long enough. Let me give my prediction on Penn State because that's who we started talking about. Yeah, I mean the prediction's 11-1. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to go 12-0 because Lord knows one that's really hard. Like, you see how talented Ohio State was last year. They go 10-2, and everyone knew they were the best team in the country. So 11-1, and I think it's probably the Ohio State game, and if not, it's a layover trap game because you have that game. So if it's not the Iowa game beforehand, going into the bye where you're kind of lulling in against like a 4-1, 5-1 Iowa team, the game's at night all of a sudden, and you're like, we're better than them. We're looking forward to the Ohio State game in 2 weeks, and then boom, you lose that game. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I've said that like 4 times already this pod. That's terrible. But yeah, 11-1 is my official prediction.
I'm with it. I'm going 12-0. I believe in them.
That's so surprising.
I believe in them. This is the year. Like, I know we
Yeah, it
said it
has to
before,
be.
but it feels like that year. We had Trace, Saquon. This has to be the year. We have arguably 2 of the top 5 running backs in college football. We have a tight end that kind of proved himself at the end of the year when Warren was getting triple covered. Our quarterback is as old as you can be. I mean, minus we know a couple older guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you talking about?
Right.
There's a guy with my name that played for our school for 17 years.
Right. Anyways, it's the year that, like, this is the year. I'm going to go farther than 12-0. I'm going 16-0.
Natty's
Natty. I'm calling
16-0
Natty.
is
This
so
is
hard.
the year. But
It's so
champions
hard.
have to be able to win 16 games in a row. It's just that
Not
simple.
necessarily.
Didn't happen last year.
At mindset, that should be the mindset. Minimal
Sure.
mistakes.
When's the last time there was a 100% undefeated national champion? I feel like it's been a little bit.
Michigan.
Yeah. But
They
look,
went
dude,
undefeated.
if you just limit the mistakes, not be perfect, nobody can be perfect. If you limit the mistakes, all Penn State does when they blow games is they make a lot of mistakes. That, like, damage control doesn't exist for them unless they're playing a lower subpar team. Against these big teams, you can make 1 mistake. Sometimes you can make 2 mistakes, but you can't be making 2 mistakes and then having 4 3-and-outs in a row. That's just not how champions play football.
Sure.
I'm going 16-0. They're going to be champions this year.
So wait, before we move on, I just want to have one last conversation. What is the bare minimum? Because I heard somebody talking about this. I forget what podcast it was, but or show. But it was, what is the bare minimum for success to be considered a success for Penn State football this year?
Semifinals again.
Sure, but I can't just be that, because if they
Semifinals
make it,
again. That's it.
if they make it to the semi, if they go 10-2, don't win the Big Ten and make it to the semis, that's a disappointment.
Not really, because you're still giving yourself a chance at the Natty.
Yes, it is. But we're talking about making the semis and losing. Like, what's the bare minimum they have to do in order for this year to be success? For me, it's either go undefeated, win the Big Ten.
Beat Ohio State.
Well, yeah, that's like go undefeated. You have to go, if they go undefeated, sure. Like, that's maybe. You might still have to win the Big Ten. But win the Big Ten or make the national championship game. 8-4. 8-4.
I think even 9-3 and missing playoffs.
You miss the playoffs, and it's like, okay, dude, like, this is the best situation you've been in. Like, you were building to this year. We got you the receivers you wanted. We got you the quarterback to stick around. We got you both running backs to stick around.
Your biggest opponents are kind of in that middle down year, kind of trying to patch things together. Like, this
is he fired? Like, is he fired?
Yes.
No, but the conversation starts. Like,
yes, 9-3, the conversation starts, because it's like you took a downgrade after you brought everybody back, and you're in like the best situation, and every other team is kind of building from the ground up right now except for you. Yeah, 9-3.
It's kind of a weird lull that we're in with like every top 20.
Really weird. That's why I'm so like about the year. It's like Penn State, like, kind of the best situation. It's them or Clemson is the best returning situation in the entire country.
Clemson, I don't really have a lot of conviction for. I would feel good about Penn State.
I think it's Clemson or Penn State this year.
I feel good about Georgia again. Georgia's always good.
No, I'm low on Georgia.
I'm too.
I like Georgia. I don't think Boise
I
State
think
has.
the SEC in general, the top dogs are the weakest they've been in a long time, but the middle of the conference is the strongest it's been in a long time. Like
Because everybody wants to compete.
there's like 7 teams in the middle of the SEC that are in the playoff conversation that are talked about. There's not
Look,
like you have
this might.
Missouri, Oklahoma, Ole Miss. I mean, those are all in the they're all in the ranked top 25, so they're
I
in the
know Sean
conversation.
wants to say the same thing as me. I think the Big Ten has been better than the SEC the last 2 years of football.
That's fine, but the SEC runs the rest of college sports. It doesn't matter.
We're talking about NCAA football, bro. Shut up.
That's not true.
16-0.
11-1.
But Luke, take over. You know what time it is.
I'm
Or damn! Yeah, you probably
I'm
should.
so scared. So I think not ceiling floor conversation of record. I think the ceiling for Auburn this year
Oh, we're getting right
is
to it.
just the tickle of the college football playoff conversation. That's a 9-3 ish. I'm not getting to my official prediction, but that's our ceiling. Our floor is everything's on fire. We lose all of our recruits. Hugh Freeze gets fired.
mid-season.
Cam Coleman transfers, and we lose. And all of our 5-star receivers are gone. And it's this is it. Hugh Freeze has been talking about year 3 since he's been hired. Year 3 is the year that everything's going to change in Auburn. Give it time. I'll still never forgive him for giving Peyton Thorne another year. That was for somebody who's supposed to be a well-known, a top quarterback head coach guy, quarterback guru head coach, and you chose to stick it out with Peyton Thorne when it was between us and Notre Dame for Riley Leonard last year. You know how sick it would have been to have Riley Leonard on our team last year?
It's crazy because he wasn't even that good, but
he's
it would have
from
been
Alabama. He's from Alabama. He's born and raised 30 minutes down the road from Auburn. He wanted to go to Auburn, and then they didn't recruit. Brian Harsin didn't recruit him, and then we just
you said his name.
we Peyton Thorne's our guy. I'm you're a fucking idiot. First of all, sorry, mom, dad. I'm trying to relax a little.
You were doing so good too.
He relapsed.
Last year we would have had. If you look, Auburn was the statistical if one possession went another way, we would have been a 9-win team last year. It was I don't remember the stats on it, but it's we were the worst team by a 1-score differential, and I think it would have converted to a 9-win season if we had either scored on every if we had won all of the 1-score games. So
if the year went perfect, you would have been
no, perfect. We got dog walked by we got dog walked by Bama and Georgia, but if we didn't lose the 1-score game against Vanderbilt, if we didn't lose the 1-score game against Cal, if we didn't lose, if we didn't throw 6 picks against Arkansas, if those games are all wins, and they should have arguably been wins.
Throw the pick six. What was the pick 6 against Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I was at a wedding. I'm so happy I didn't watch that. I got text from my mom during that being please tell me you're not watching this game, because she knows I would have been throwing up. And
Dude,
so
that was brutal.
That game, fun. We were supposed to win that game. We were up 10 with a minute left, or with a minute and a half left, and we blew it.
I think it's already going downhill. You've got somebody on your roster named McNutt. Their last name is McNutt. NUTT.
Winning.
Yeah, you guys are cooked.
So I think the keys for it to go right, if these things go right, we're in the college football playoff conversation, because we have the talent on the roster. We have so many 5-stars starting. So Jackson Arnold, if he's the guy he was supposed to be coming out of high school, if he does the typical sometimes where it seems to be a high trend of these highly recruited guys out of high school try a different spot out and it works. If that works, then that's going to be awesome, because it fits exactly how Hugh Freeze wants to run his offense. If Kendrick Falk is the top 5 player in the nation, everybody predicts that he is, then
he's good.
He's a beast. And so if he ends up being that top 5 player again this year and has 10 sacks, 14 sacks this year, then that's a game changer. Hot prediction, but he's a monster. If Cam Coleman solidifies himself as the number 1 or 2 wide receiver in the country, it's right now the conversation is him, Jeremiah Smith, and Ryan Williams. And I think he's 1,000% better than Ryan Williams. And so it's really between him and Jeremiah Smith. Plus, we brought in the number 1 wide receiver transfer with Eric Singleton Jr. out of Georgia Tech. And we have Horatio Fields from Wake Forest coming over. We have a team. The only question on our wide receiver right now is Malcolm Simmons is currently under investigation for choking out his girlfriend. But
good for him. He's going to be a dog if he's on the field.
If that doesn't happen,
sorry.
No.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No.
Ray Rice was amazing.
But
Can we?
also, if we take him out, we have 5-star Perry Thompson, 5-star Bryce Kane, who both came in that recruiting class with Cam Coleman. That was the Freeze Five. It was the five. They were all 5 stars, and so we have the depth. I'm not really worried about it.
Freeze 5.
That's what they called them. It was the Freeze Five. But the ways it can go wrong is if our red zone play calling is terrible. We were 144th in the nation last year in play call and red zone offense. If Arnold is actually as bad as he showed to be while he was at Oklahoma, that could be terrible. And then if the running back room doesn't really have a clear combo or clear number one, number two, because like Jeremiah Cobb and Damari Alston both kind of split snaps behind. Why am I blanking? I'm good. My mind's running too
Jarquez
fast.
Hunter.
Yes, Jarquez Hunter. They kind of split snaps, but then you also brought in Alvin Henderson, 5-star recruit, number 2 running back in the country last year, and then you also brought in Darrell Robinson, who came from UConn, who's pretty good. So like we have 4 running backs that all could arguably be starters, but there's been clear cut in fall camp right now of like who's the guy, because Jeremiah Cobb's been hurt and Darrell has been hurt also. So don't really know. And then if we just turn the ball over like we did last year, then it's going to be horrendous, and it's going to be our floor and our ceiling is going to be dramatically different. But I think our defense is electric. Our secondary is arguably top 5 in the country if you look at statistics. I mean, and also our offensive line is, we have the number 2 offensive line prospect with Connor Lewis center, and then we transferred in the number 1 tackle Kelvin Banks out of Virginia Tech. And so we have all of our, and we got a guy from USC. I can't remember his name, but we have experienced, good vets coming for our offensive line. So I think that's going to help also, because our offensive line last year was booty cheeks. But Malik Autry is a 5-star defensive lineman who's going to be starting as a freshman this year. That 1-2 punch is going to be nasty. And then if just our secondary stays hot, and DeMarcus Riddick, linebacker, is a stud also. So, but if Ken Lee and Jay Crawford, who are 2 arguably statistic top corners and safeties in the country, then I think that we could. We have all the talent in the world on this football team, but if we just can't put it together, then it's gonna be a problem. Now let's run through the schedule.
Wait, what was the ceiling and floor?
Wait, we're not there yet.
Oh,
We're not
okay.
there yet.
I thought he
This
said
is the
ceiling and
sketch.
floor like he was going to say it.
Can I just say something beforehand?
Yeah, you guys review. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys,
You're good. You're good.
you go ahead. I'm here interested to hear what you have to say.
Hey, you want to talk about a team where the biggest question mark is quarterback? Hello.
Oh my God, I know.
Welcome. You're relying on a guy that, like, Jesus, the only team he found a way to beat last year was Auburn.
And that's why Auburn gave him all that money. No, they beat Bama. As soon as somebody beats Bama, Auburn's like, we want him.
For our one game a year.
Look, I think you covered most of it. I think the biggest question mark for me is replacing all that production at running back. I mean, they relied so heavily on the running game last year.
If you remember, we didn't even feed him. He had 200-something rushing yards against Kentucky, and then we handed it off 12 times.
I don't mean in the way that they relied on giving him the ball every play. I mean, they relied on literally the only amount of production they would find was from the running backs, like the 12 carries that they got. You know, you could have all the wide receivers in the world, but if you can't throw to him, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, obviously, this might be, if not the best wide receiver core in the country. It's all about, one, the run game opening it up and making life easier on a quarterback that struggled last year, and 2, the quarterback taking a little bit of a step and simply not throwing the ball to the other team, which was a problem for Jackson Arnold last year, and which was a problem for the Auburn Tigers last year. I mean, that's really the biggest thing, is like, can the ball, one, can they stay ahead of schedule to where they don't need to throw the ball and make life easier on their quarterback? And 2, can they keep the ball in their hands instead of the other team? That's the biggest questions. I mean, I don't know. The defense is talented. The defense was good. They returned like 65% of their production. Their defense wasn't bad last year. It's just they were put in really tough spots repeatedly over and over and over
off
again.
The field. They were just like, they'd go off and they'd be back 3 plays later.
Yeah, so the defense is talented. It's all about the offense. If the offense can take a step, then this team is threatening to take steps that the program hasn't seen since they were competing for national championships. That's really the biggest.
Auburn hasn't had 4 losing seasons in a row since the 1960s.
Welcome back.
You want to hear something crazy? I just read today that Auburn hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 1999.
Jeez.
We've had bunch. So if you do 2010, we won the Natty, was Cam Newton alone, and maybe Michael Dyer and Nick Fairley. That was it. That was our entire team. And then when we went to the Natty in 2013, if you watch any game,
you had running back and quarterback
maybe 10 times, and all we did was just murder people with option plays. Like, it just was Oh my god.
Man.
Sammy Coates was a dog though. Sammy Coates, I
Sammy
think
Coates.
he was. Remember that stiff arm against
I was
A&M?
gonna say,
He
the best stuff from I've
dri-
ever seen.
He dribbled him.
Oh my god, that was insane. Was that A&M? I
That
think.
was A&M.
Oh my god, Sammy Coates was a
We
dog.
dog walked Johnny Manziel in their house that year.
Anyway, all right, run us through the schedule.
All right.
Sam,
okay,
do you have something to say?
Sam, sorry.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, Sam.
yeah, low key.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just hope, like Luke said, Hugh Freeze will be able to see if Jackson Arnold can do the job. Right now, like his last couple press conferences, it's just been like he's talking about patience. So I really don't like that. I mean, imagine you lose the first 2 games of the season, or you lose one of the two.
All that patience talk has been about the recruiting, though. It's been like questions about how recruiting's been super slow this year, but a lot of that was like, well, be patient because everybody has to put their NIL offers in writing on August 1st, and because that's what everybody's worried about. Which I don't give a shit about recruiting, honestly. I do after the season's over. Right now, I don't care. I just want to win games. Like I'm so sick of us looking ahead.
I low-key want to see them put Ashton Daniels in. That'd be electric. Former Stanford QB. Oh yeah. I mean,
he's a third stringer.
I would love to see him play. He's just mature. I think it's going to come down to maturity, dude. Just you guys made so many stupid bonehead plays. Peyton Thorne was absolutely terrible. He's awful. I don't know. It'd be fun to see you guys.
Did he win?
Did he win what?
Did he win our Not So Hot Takes award last year?
He won one of them.
He won one of them. I don't remember who won the.
I think he won the Not So Hot Takes award.
He might have.
He might have.
Yeah.
I should have it on my phone. Hold on.
I don't know. They'll be fun to watch. Obviously, we'll go into basement and ceiling, but I don't think Luke's gonna like mine. But dude, I want to see Auburn do well. I've always liked Auburn. I had no problem with them.
All right, so we open up week 1 against a team where the spread has changed like 12 times in the past 2 weeks for some odd reason. Open up Auburn at Baylor, Friday night, 8 p.m. blackout at Waco, Texas.
Yikes.
Allie's sister will be spending her first weekend in Waco at the game, and I'm
Good
super
luck.
jealous. A huge stadium that holds a total of 44,000 people. Yeah,
they get rowdy.
and then we're home against Ball State.
Oh,
Home against.
let's go.
Home
a
against
little engine that could.
I love the Cardinals.
Right now, I don't know what that spread's at. I don't think it's out. But at home against South Alabama.
USA.
Then we go to Oklahoma to open up SEC play.
Ooh.
Then we go to Texas A&M. Then we have bye week.
Yay!
And we have home against Georgia. First night game against Georgia at home since 2013, and we all remember what happened in 2013.
But yeah, that's also a decade ago.
Home against Missouri.
They're sneaky.
Hi, Bo.
At Arkansas.
Good night.
Home against Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
At Vanderbilt.
Oh, Pavia.
Home against Mercer. Home against Bama. So here's so I'm going to walk you through my schedule. I'm going to give you my ceiling and I'm going to give you my floor first. And then I think our floor is 6-6. And Hugh Freeze is so
floor?
No, floor is 5-7.
Yeah,
okay.
Floor is 5-7 and Hugh Freeze loses his job. I think 6-6, there's a slight possibility he keeps his job, but I don't think it's very likely.
You'd have to win at least the Bama game.
7-5, he keeps his job, and anything better than 7-5, he keeps his job. I think 7-5, there's kind of a conversation, but I think he's pretty safe. So I think the difference, though, is I think the Baylor game is going to be a difference between like a 9-3 and a 7-5. Like it's a 2-game difference, but I don't know where it is. But I think we truly beat Baylor. I think so. It's the only position you could argue that they have better than us right now is quarterback with Sawyer Robertson, whatever his name is. With Sawyer Robertson, he's going to be a dog. And however, though, their DBs can't keep up with our receivers. Their receivers can't keep up with our DBs, and I think that it's going to be a low-key, low-scoring game. But our defense is much better than theirs, and I don't think that we're going to give them anything to do with the ball. So I'm going to say we start off 1-0, 2-0 against Ball State, 3-0 against South Alabama.
Generous already.
Hello. Don't say it.
I think we beat Oklahoma.
No.
I think we lose to A&M. I truly don't think there's a way we lose to Georgia.
What are you
Hear me out. Hear me
smoking,
out.
dude?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, hear
Hear
me
me out.
out.
What do you mean? Don't hear me out. So we're coming off a bye. It's at home at night. Georgia is coming off of 6 straight weeks of Marshall, Austin P at Tennessee, Bama, Kentucky, then us. No buys. Kentucky always gives them fits. They always give them fits. They always almost lose to Kentucky. Then
And they're going to take their anger out on you.
Then they play Bama, and then they're at Tennessee. That is
holy schedule, dude.
That's a gauntlet right before they come and play us, and we have a bye. And plus, it's Gunnar Stockton, a pretty much rookie quarterback, coming into Auburn at night. It always gets scary in Auburn.
I like Stockton.
Sure, but no chance he loses. Did they?
I don't think no chance, but I think we have. I think we should be favored.
Bro, that's a little delusional.
You just said the floor is 5 and 7. You said you should be.
So I'm going through kind of my hopeful this is my hopeful how I think it's gonna go.
Rose-colored glasses.
So 1, 2, 3, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2 against Missouri, 6 and 2 against Arkansas, 7 and 2 against Kentucky, 8 and 2 against Vanderbilt.
Oh my god!
And then Bama's a toss-up. I realistically think we go 9 and 3 this year. 8 and 4. 8 and 4 is my final prediction. 8 and 4 is my final prediction. 8 and 4 is my final prediction. Here's where I think it could. If it goes wrong, we we lose Baylor, and then we lose Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Georgia. So that puts us at 2 and 4. I think Jackson Arnold gets benched, and Deuce Knight comes in because Hugh Freeze is coaching for his job, and he has to do something. I don't think that's crazy. You bring in the number 2 quarterback in the country behind Bryce Underwood.
No, it's not crazy.
He's gonna put him in. He's like I'm gonna at least appease the people who opened up the.
You're what, 2 and 4? Yeah,
2 and 4.
You might as well.
I think that he pleases the boosters and he opens up his checkbook and they're like we spent all this money to get this guy here and you're not gonna play him and you're 2 and 4. That's what's gonna happen. And then everything's a toss up from there. But I really don't see a world we lose to Arkansas, who got drastically worse because all of their good players got stripped, besides Taylor Green.
Taylor Green is so good, though. No, he's not so good.
Kentucky
but he's so
is
fun.
buns. I think Vanderbilt.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
It's not a cakewalk, but I don't think we lose again.
You know who's their quarterback, dude.
I think he's gonna be worse. I think he's gonna be worse. Last year was his ceiling. He's gonna be worse.
He beat you guys at New Mexico State.
That's crazy, dude.
So I think realistically, I'm saying 8 and 4. I think our ceiling's 10 and 2, and our floor is 5 and 7. I think that's very realistic.
The floor is 4 and 8.
You think?
Because listen to me. Listen.
You think? I know.
Ready? Baylor. This is floor. This is worst case scenario. You come out lose to Baylor.
If we go 4 and 8 halfway through the season, Hugh Freeze loses his job, and they put Cadillac Williams back at head coach.
Yeah, most likely. But just hear me out. So lose to Baylor, beat Ball State, beat South Alabama, lose to Oklahoma, lose to A&M on the road, Georgia at home, lose that game. Sure, you're benching Jackson Arnold. That's fine. Lose to Missouri, who I think is underrated going into the year.
We're not losing Arkansas. I'm not.
Hold on. Because you're what, 2 and 5 at that point?
Yeah, 2 and 5 if we lose to Missouri.
Didn't you guys already lose to Arkansas?
I mean, you lose to Arkansas because it's a road game, and then you lose to.
Dude, Brian, that stadium is not that. That's
sure. They beat Tennessee at home last year, though.
It's because it's Tennessee. They hate Tennessee's like their Super Bowl every year.
Sure. But I'm just. This is
also
floor. This is
start. It's also a noon
floor.
game. I'm not worried. This
is floor. This is floor. The season's gone off the rails.
Okay.
You're panicking.
All right.
Everybody everyone hates each other. You lose. You go on the road to Arkansas. You lose that game. You beat Kentucky. You lose to Vanderbilt because they can't beat Pavia, and then they lose to Bama. That's 8 losses. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'm gonna cry, dude. You're making me so.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
I'm gonna cry, dude. I'm gonna cry if we go 4 and 8.
It's not crazy.
I can't do this again. I can't do this anymore.
Now ceiling.
Ceiling, I think, is our only 2 losses are A&M and Georgia or Bama.
Oh my gosh, that's
not out of the realm of possibility either. If everything goes right, Jackson Arnold is who we think he is, our receivers are who we think they are, our running backs are who we think they are, and our defense is the top 5 defense in the country. With the best defensive coordinator in the country.
I don't see a world, unfortunately, and this is my point of view. I don't see a world where they go into Oklahoma and win that game. I don't see it.
Everybody keeps saying that. I don't know why. Like,
Oklahoma's really good. Like, really good. It's just their schedule's a gauntlet again. But this is early enough in the year where, like,
who do they play before us?
Michigan and
Yeah,
Temple.
that's gonna be a big one.
I think they beat the week before you guys is Temple. The week after you guys is Kent State.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's crazy scheduling. That's actually wild.
so they get Illinois State, then Michigan, both at home. Then Temple on the road. They go to Temple. What the hell? And then they go back home and play you guys week 4. I don't see a world where Auburn goes in and wins that game. And maybe I'm wrong. But I think knowing that they have a gauntlet of a schedule the rest of the year, this is like a big game. So my ceiling is 10 no, my ceiling is 9-3. And they make the college football playoff.
It will depend who we beat, right? It depends who the 3 losses are and who we beat. Because let's say we drop Oklahoma and A&M, but if within those 9 wins is Bama and Georgia, but we lose one of the other games, we're in the conversation.
Yeah, I think the ceiling is making it. Like, this team is talented enough to make the playoff. It's 12 teams. They're not talking about a 14 playoff at this point. Like, you can go 9-3 with a couple good wins and get in. Let's say you lose week 1 to Baylor, like, on some stupid
I really think we're gonna dog walk that team.
No, like, maybe, but I'm trying to say, like, 9-3, but make the playoff. Like, you lose to Baylor, lose to Oklahoma, you're 2-2, and they rally and they beat A&M, and then
coming after us after last year. I don't see it. That's a game that I don't see a way we win that game.
I'm not that high on A&M. I like A&M.
I mean, it's a 4:30 start. It's gonna be a 3:30. That's what it's slated for. It's 3:30 to 4:30. So it's not like, I mean, it's gonna end at night, but it's
sure. But, like, okay, you lose one of A&M or Georgia, but you win the other one, and then you win out and you beat Bama to end the year. You're 9-3. You're probably in the playoff at that point.
Dude, that'd be so awesome.
That's the ceiling.
What if we make a vow right now? No matter the cost, no matter that place, if Auburn and Penn State face each other in the playoff,
yes, I'm there.
Oh my God. Yep. A lot would have to happen for that to.
I know. But can we? Are they doing home games again this year, first round?
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll be playing Penn State first round, unfortunately, unless they don't win the Big Ten.
We'd have to be the 5 seed, and you guys would probably have to be the 12.
Or they just have to win one game.
No, we the 11. Yeah, we could be.
They just have to win one game. I would go.
I just want to make a vow. That's all I want to do. Is just
I'm making a vow.
If it does happen, we make a blood oath right now. Because that'll be January. New PTO calendar. It rolls.
That is true.
Anyway. Yeah, the ceiling's 9-3.
Sam.
Making the playoff. Am I doing official predictions or?
You can do your official. Do your official.
I think my official prediction. Let me see. Let me count it out.
It's so up in the air. There's so many toss-ups.
3. Good God.
There's so many toss-ups.
I don't know how they get here. Don't ask me what games they win, and don't ask me what games they lose. But my official prediction is 7-5. I'm
not upset with it. I'm not I wouldn't be happy. But I wouldn't be I'm not going to call for Hugh Freeze's head if we're 7-5. It depends. It does depend though who the 5 losses are. If we're if we're 6-1, if we're 6-1 and we somehow end up losing 4, if we go 1-4 in the last 5 games, I might be calling for his head. But
dude, Oklahoma on the road, A&M on the road, Georgia at home.
Our toughest part of the schedule is in the first half. So which is
I mean Kentucky, Vandy, Mercer.
Those are all realistic. I mean, they'll be favored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games are all besides Bama. So 4 out of the last 5 are very realistic wins.
Yeah, 4 out of the last 5, they're probably favored.
I would agree.
Anyway, 7-5.
I would say I agree with Sean. The absolute ceiling might be 9-3. Beat Bama again in the playoffs. The absolute worst case scenario, you're 4-8. I was about to say, 3-9. You just don't know, dude. Auburn is low key. I don't know. It's just
3-9 means that we literally only beat Ball State, South Alabama, and Mercer. I would blow my head off.
Okay, but this is a week by week basis too, because you say right now you're not calling for his head, but in the year, if you lose a couple games close, you're gonna explode. But
We're gonna have a fun year.
my real prediction, I don't know why, but I want to believe in this team. Like something in me wants to believe in them. I don't know why, but I don't know. I'll say 8-4. I'm very, very optimistic for the team.
Look at this guy.
I love it. I love the
I
optimism.
don't hate Auburn. Like I like them as a team. They're you know what I mean? It's somebody
I feel
who's
like we ran
even
into this last year too.
Well,
I was
yeah.
like, if Peyton Thorne's good, then we're gonna be good.
Well, regardless, but like a team that can year after year be unranked and still face up against Bama, like that's a team I like. It has grit, but like it's gotta be year round. It can't just be okay. We're showing up for the Bama game when we're 6-5. You know what I mean? And then it just doesn't
Again.
really. Yeah, again. But it would mean so much if this team is like 8-3. You go up against Bama. I
I
mean,
think if we're 8-3 going up against Bama at home and we're in the playoff conversation, there's no way we lose that game.
you just completely jinxed it. But anyways, I like Auburn. I'm gonna give them 8-4. I really want them to go 9-3. I really want to see them in the playoff. It'd be fun.
Very generous of you there, brother.
I believe in them,
Especially with
bro.
how
They're
bad the Saints
exciting.
are gonna be and how the Mets make me want to die right now. I need this.
Phillies beat the Reds. Shout out Phillies.
And shout out the Reds for
It's all right. We're
sucking.
gonna lose to the Braves. We're probably gonna get swept by the Braves again.
Probably.
You sound like Frank the Tank.
We just got swept by the Guardians and the Brewers, and we suck.
Damn.
All right.
Well, we spent some time.
Yeah, we
we
did.
gotta
We're
start
gonna roll
motoring.
through this. We got Power 4 predictions: SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12. I'll rattle. Do we want to go each conference and then each? So I'll go rip off my predictions. So we go SEC first.
Well, I think we should just go like each conference. Like we all three name our
That's what I
winner.
mean.
For each
Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
So SEC hot take. One of the teams that really doesn't have many question marks around them, was a sleeper at the end of the year last year and has done nothing but improve in my opinion. Give me the South Carolina Gamecocks to win the SEC.
Players 33.
That is disgusting.
Lenore Sellers is a top 2 finisher, if not a winner of a Heisman Trophy this year. It's going to be him or his opponent from across the state, Kate Klubnik, to be in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy next year or this year. It's not unreal. It's not unlike. It's not. It should not be plus 3,300.
Auburn has better odds to win the SEC than South Carolina.
Oh, that's huge. I love that actually. But you look at Georgia, question mark at quarterback. Bama, question mark at quarterback. LSU, do you really know what you're going to get this year with Brian Kelly and the Tigers? Like, it's the same team. Also, some reports that Nussmeier tore his ACL. We haven't been verified.
He has tendonitis.
Okay. But, I mean, either way, that team, for some reason, keeps getting ranked in the top 10, and they have done nothing to show that they're going to be any better than they have been. And there's just the SEC, like I said, is the top of the top is not as strong as it has been, but the middle of the pack is like there. Is really good. Like we're talking about Vanderbilt being a possible threat to historically decent SEC teams.
Well, that's not just because you guys can't beat them.
No, we're talking about other teams too. They beat number 1 Bama last year. Let's not forget about this.
Sam, you want to go?
Dude, that's South Carolina's a wild take.
I had to go long at plus 3,300. I had to go.
Their schedule's insane. I'm
It is
pretty sure
insane.
it's nuts.
I didn't realize I was muted. I mean, SEC. Dude.
Virginia Tech, South Carolina State, Vanderbilt at home, at Missouri, Kentucky at home, at LSU, Oklahoma at home, Bama at home, at Ole Miss, at A&M, Coastal at home, Clemson at home.
You know, they don't get Georgia.
Nope, no Georgia.
Okay. You know,
But that's it. Every other ranked team in the SEC they play.
it's tough, but like,
Ole Miss is a huge question mark too. Like,
yeah, Austin Simmons is pretty good though. Sam, what you got?
I mean, SEC, it's always going to come down to Georgia, Texas, I think. They're good programs at the end of the day. You don't want to count Alabama out. If I had to pick one, I'm picking Georgia. I just think the Bulldogs always stick around. They always have a good defense. They have a strong core. Even when they're supposed to lose games, they'll win a couple games. I think it's going to be Georgia, whatever. Big Ten, it's going to be Penn State.
Wait.
What? Oh, my bad.
whoa.
My bad. I thought.
Whoa,
my bad,
slow
my bad.
down. You spoiled it, dude. We all thought you were gonna pick someone
I was
else.
going to pick Ohio State. No, Georgia. They're always good. I don't want to overthink it. What are they? What are their odds?
They're plus 300.
Yeah, it's not even worth betting.
What do they have for Texas? Plus 150?
280.
Ooh. Who's number? Is that number one? Is that best?
That's number one.
I
Yeah.
guess because it's kind of a toss up right now.
Yeah, it's early. Luke's not gonna like this. I think Bama wins the SEC. I think they do. I think they're freakishly talented. I think second year under DeBoer, I think that they kind of just gathered talent last year, and I think that they didn't play to their full potential because, as some people on this podcast said, Jalen Midrow was at quarterback, and he was a roller coaster ride to say the least. Now we don't know what Ty Simpson is, but like you said, Texas, Arch Manning, first year starting. Gunnar Stockton, first year starting. Ty Simpson, first year starting. LSU is a question mark on defense at all times. A&M,
Never
sure.
know.
Like Marcel Reed is
Like Marcel Reed, low-key.
talented, very talented, but like, do we expect him to be a superstar right off the rip? We don't know. We really don't know. It reminds me a lot about how we talked about.
Do you think out of all the list of names there that Diego Pavia somehow finds a way to be a top 5 quarterback in the SEC this year?
No, but you know who I do think will be a top 5 quarterback in the SEC is
Jackson
Bo
Arnold.
Perbula. Bo Perbula? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think Bama just has too much talent, and I think that they kind of laid in the weeds last year, and you realize like they didn't really lose all that much. Like they lost their running back, but they couldn't really run the ball anyway. And their offensive line is really good. Their wide receivers are talented, extremely talented. The defense is super athletes flying all across the board. It's like a question about the quarterback, but I think it's a really good spot to step into when a really strong offensive line and a really strong wide receiver room. It's going to be all about if they can run the ball. We talked about it all last year. Every Bama game, what did we say? Can Bama run the ball? I don't know. Like, if they run the ball, they're going to win this game. But a lot of the games, they weren't able to run the ball. I think they take a step in that aspect this year. I think they win the SEC, but I really would not hate picking Oklahoma because I think Oklahoma's really talented, but their schedule's a gauntlet. That's my long shot. But yeah, I'm picking Bama.
All right. Moving into, I guess Sam wants to go into the Big Ten. We can go into the Big Ten.
Penn State University, baby. We are.
I also have Penn State.
I'm not going to not pick my school.
Is it the first threesome of the 2025 football
Already?
season?
Wait, we can't do this.
It's over. It's over.
Picking
The first threesome. Purdue.
Iowa.
No, I guess. I mean,
Nebraska.
it's a no-brainer. If I think they're gonna win,
Rutgers.
Yo, is Rutgers going to be nice this year?
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. You know who's not going to be okay? Maryland. Maryland's dog.
Auburn.
Tough.
We robbed Maryland of like 3 defensive players this year.
That's not saying much.
Moving into the ACC, I'm taking probably the only competitive team in this conference this year. Maybe the other team is Florida State, maybe.
Whoa, no, whoa.
What other team in the ACC is there right now that's going to
Any other team except Florida State. Any other team. Legitimately.
I don't know. But yeah,
Miami, Clemson, Louisville.
Miami's a non-factor.
Carson Beck.
Louisville hasn't been a factor since Lamar Jackson.
Louisville was decent last year until they blew it. SMU.
I mean,
running back, they got Kevin Jennings back.
Yeah, I forgot. Except they lost their best player.
Anyway.
Yeah. Are we all picking Clemson here in the ACC?
No, I'm taking Miami.
You're insane. Yeah, give me Clemson.
I think they're going to win for no reason. He's going to go in with the change and dice up. I think we're good.
There's all these. I feel like all these ACC teams are going to finish the season with an inflated. Like, I don't even know if that makes sense record because they're all mid. But then again, they're just all the mid teams going to beat up on each other. So it's like I just think Clemson's like levels above all these other teams that are in here.
Yeah, I think.
And it's also amazing that what Dabo Swinney has done without the transfer portal.
But, well, they're going to hurt next year.
Yeah, but Big 12, arguably the biggest toss-up. I feel like conference
every year.
Yeah, every year. You're kind of Kansas State's a sleeper this year. Arizona's, and people are talking Baylor as a potential team to win the Big 12. I'm not going to say Kansas is going to be in it, but they might be in the conversation at some point. But I'm going to take Arizona State. I think Sam Leavitt's a top 10 quarterback in the country this year, maybe top 5 depending on how the season finishes. But I'm taking Arizona State. That's not out of the realm of possibility to say that Sam Leavitt could finish as a top 5 quarterback in the country.
No, not at all. I wouldn't disagree at all. I just want to say that, like, right now at FanDuel, Kansas State, Utah, Texas Tech, and Arizona State are all tied for the top odds at plus 550. And then Baylor is plus 650.
But that also also counterpoint, if Auburn does beat Baylor and Baylor ends up being a top team, that's another thing that could also attribute to us possibly if we do go 9-3. But yeah, that's
If you're 9-3 and you beat Baylor, that means you lost to every other good team on your schedule.
no. We could drop a Vandy.
It isn't that worse?
No, not if you have Q wins against against either Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Georgia, or Bama.
It's like a catch-22. No.
All right, Sam, Sean.
I like Kansas State. I'm gonna go with Kansas State. I mean, it looked like they built their line a little bit. They got an offensive guard in. I forget where he's from, but they also lost an offensive tackle. But they're building the offensive line. If they can run the ball and they can actually score points, they'll be fine. They're playing in a conference where you don't really have to play good defense. You just have to play better offense. So I think Kansas State really they have a chance here. They have a couple weapons. They're not terrible. I mean, I don't know about Avery Johnson as QB, but you'll have to see. It's the Pac-12. It's a whole different conference than the other conferences we're talking about. But that's it. If they can play good offense, they might make the playoff. With the Big 12, be all right. That's it. Short.
Yeah, I find it hard to not pick Arizona State just because it feels like, and maybe that's recency bias or like I'm blinded by them actually putting up a fight in the playoff last year, but I think they return a quarterback that's produced better than any of the other quarterbacks in this conference, really. I mean, the only other guy that I see that can compete, and it would be my second choice, is Iowa State with Rocco Beck, just because he's been around.
I've seen a lot of sleepers on Texas Tech also.
Well, Texas Tech just brought in so much portal stuff. Like, if it works, they're going to win the Big 12. But I just don't like betting on teams that are strictly built on the portal because who do we know that's done that? Like, Florida State. We saw the highs and lows of a team like that. Like, they were 13-0, missed the playoff. And then the next year they go, what did they go last year? 2-10? 2-9? Like, we see, or 1-10? I don't know. It was bad. So we know that like it can work, but at the same time, like look at Colorado. Every game from Colorado is like, which Colorado are you going to get? Like they've got mollywopped by Nebraska early in the year, and then they finished the year almost ranked, if not ranked. And it's like because you just don't know with a team like that. Like, can you afford to find your footing early in the season in a conference where you don't know? Like last year, Arizona State was picked to finish last. They won the conference. Anyone can win it. Who's picked to finish last? UCF, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, I find it hard to lean away from a team like Arizona State with a coach that knows what he's doing, a quarterback that's been around and knows what he's doing, and is probably like Avery Johnson is just so. I bet on Kansas State multiple times last year, and he's just like he's fun, but then he's like throwing it to the other team, and it's like, oh, there he goes again. There goes Avery. So yeah, I'll take Arizona State, but a sleeper on Iowa State just because of the quarterback experience as well.
Moving into our 12-team college football playoff prediction. I did not put it in the particular order. This is just my 12 teams that I think are going to make it. So it's the four conference winners, and then the next 8, and then the group of 5 winner, correct?
I believe so.
Please don't tell me you put Auburn in there.
So just based off of my prediction, I have South Carolina, Clemson, Penn State, Arizona. I think regardless, even if South Carolina doesn't win the SEC, they're making the
Ugh.
That's a hot
I don't
take.
hate
So my two hottest takes so far have been Ohio State's not making it and South Carolina is making it. So outside of that, I have Notre Dame, Illinois, Georgia, LSU, Kansas State, Oregon, and my group of 5. You guys are going to love my group of 5. Miami, Ohio.
Oh my God. What are we doing?
Miami, Ohio will be your group of 5 representative.
Wait,
Boise State took an extreme step back this year. I just don't think there's any group of 5 team that's going to like compete. Like Miami, Ohio has dogs on their team. I couldn't name you any of them, but I know they have some dogs because they keep getting stripped. Because they keep getting stripped of all their players in every portal. So I think Miami of Ohio is going to rep this year, rep the MAC. I would love to see a MAC team. I know they got dog walked by OU in the MAC championship, but I think that Miami is your group of 5 representative. That's not that crazy to say that. That is not that crazy.
It is. Because when's the last time a MAC team has finished top 20?
It's going to be awesome.
When's the last time a MAC team finished
But
top
I don't
20?
see the only possible Group of 5 team that's like predicted to even like make the playoff this year is Boise State. Maybe UNLV.
Yeah, because they're going to.
Boise State got dramatically worse.
Well, they lost Genty. That's like
That was their whole team.
I
That was
understand,
their
but like
entire team.
That was their entire team.
God, Sam, do you want to go?
Yeah, I just had to take a deep breath there. That's crazy. We'll just go right into it. I think your first 4 round buys probably Texas, Penn State. I mean, I know this goes contrary to what I said, but probably Clemson. I know. And then
You picked them for value.
it's for value. It's Texas, Penn State, Clemson. Who am I missing?
Notre Dame.
No, they're not going to be top.
You're
4.
missing your Big 12.
Your Big 12.
Kansas State.
Kansas State. So there's your top 4.
I think Kansas State also makes it regardless.
Yeah, but I think Georgia's in there for 5. Not in any particular order, just naming them off.
Notre
after the
Dame's
top
not
4.
making it at 5.
Notre Dame's making it probably in the 6-7 range.
Six, seven.
Shut up.
I think they're
Okay,
also.
it's
I
coming.
think they're all.
I think
I think
Oregon.
they're also a natty contender again.
Oregon's got a tough schedule, but I think Oregon's going to be in there. Alabama's going to be in there. I think LSU's going to be in there. Miami's going to be in there. Arizona State. I don't like the recency bias. I'd probably take Florida over them.
Florida.
Florida's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
And then
Hmm.
I'm between, for that 12 spot, I'm between South Carolina and,
Who's
dude, I don't know.
Group of
Low-key Michigan, dude. I think
Who's your
Michigan
Group of
might have a
5?
pretty good. I thought this year they're not. I
Where's
have to go
Group of
group of
5?
5. God.
You have to.
Hold on.
I'm so iffy on LSU though. Like I just have no idea what they're gonna do. I would like to think they're gonna make it, but like
It's, I don't know, dude. I want to kind of say a crazy pick, but no.
I'm terrified.
No, Army.
Yeah.
No,
man.
no, no.
that'd be electric.
I really don't know. I don't know who I want to.
Get on the Miami of Ohio Redhawks.
Hell no, dude. I bet money. I
No.
bet hard-earned money on them, and they got
I'm gonna bet on
mollywopped.
Ball.
I was
I'm gonna
wrong.
bet on Ball State because they're gonna beat Auburn.
Bro, Timothy Chalamet completely screwed the hell out of us, and he knew.
I know he listens to the pod. He's a Miami of Ohio grad, and he's like, dude, it's a lock. Like they're gonna kill you. And I bet my hard-earned cash on it. And to this day, I sent him a Venmo request and said, give me my money back. He is not. He's
Wah,
yet
wah.
to fulfill it.
I kind of want to say like Tulane, dude. I think Tulane might be one of the best.
John Summerall. Yeah, I like Tulane
They
a
might be
lot.
one of the best teams in that pack right there.
I like Tulane.
I think they're better than Army and Navy. I think, yeah, I think it's Tulane. That's the group of 5. That's your 12th, and then your first team's out. What? Illinois, Michigan.
I can't believe Illinois didn't make your playoff.
I got to be realistic.
Heartbreaking.
The Fighting Farmers.
Look, this is
Heartbreaking.
the mock draft. Give me 2 weeks into the season, we'll revisit.
Yeah, they'll be your number 1 team.
Oh yeah, dude. Well,
they're
dude,
winning.
Tulane,
Big
but
Ten.
Tulane is better than UNLV. They're better than James Madison.
Better than Boise.
Better than Boise State. Boise State, legitimately, I think they're going to be like 5-7 this year. Or like 6-6. They're not going to be good.
Shut up.
I'm being realistic, dude. The only reason they're on the map is because of Genty.
The top 25, it literally looks like they put a lot of effort into like the top 15, and then they just like fucked off for the rest of it. And they were just like,
Dude, not
here you
even.
go.
It's like the top 11 they were okay with.
Here's like, here you go.
Whatever.
And then we'll just throw the rest of them in there.
There's odds on Miami of Ohio to make the playoff.
Telling you.
Plus
They're plus
10,000.
3,500.
Telling you.
3,500. Not as crazy as you'd think. Oh, is it my turn? Okay. So, Arizona State, Penn State, Bama, Clemson. Obviously, I got Notre Dame.
You have Oklahoma in there because you picked Oklahoma. Well, that's,
No, I didn't. No, they were my sleeper. Bama was my pick.
yeah, I don't have Bama in here either.
That's crazy. That's insane. I got Notre Dame. I got Ohio State. I'm going back and forth right now. I got LSU. I think there's too much talent.
Love
I think
it.
they brought in too much talent. I got Texas. I think they're too talented. First hot take: Georgia misses the playoff.
That's crazy.
It's not a crazy thing to say that, especially if they lose to Auburn. That's not a crazy thing to say that.
So quick.
He was ready for that one. I've been waiting for this
I
one.
really don't think there's a world where we lose to Georgia. I'm just so confident when I say that. I don't think there's a way we lose to Georgia.
There isn't a world. This is so crazy. Second hot take: I think Washington makes the college football playoff this year.
That's a hot take.
I really like. Let me pull up their schedule real quick. Crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened.
Damon Williams is a good quarterback. Then they get Maryland. Then they get Rutgers. Then they get Michigan, which they beat Michigan last year. right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get Illinois at home.
If they
Then
win.
they go to Wisconsin, and then they get Purdue at home, then UCLA on the road, and they finish the year with Oregon at home. This team could go 11-1.
Possibility.
And if they go 11-1, they'll have beaten Oregon or Ohio State
And Illinois.
and Illinois. They're in the playoff if they do that. They might be in the playoff if they go 10-2. I think it's doable. I think Washington makes the playoff this year. I think that's my hot take. Besides that, I have Boise as my group of 5. So how many is that? Is that like 10? So let me count. ASU 1, PSU 2, Bama 3, Clemson 4, Notre Dame 5, Ohio State 6, Texas 7, Washington 8, Boise State 9, LSU 10. And I have 2 more to fill. And this is where I'm stuck. Because I think here's where I'm stuck. I think the winner of the Indiana-Oregon game makes the playoff. But I don't know who wins that game.
I have Oregon in that game. I think Indiana takes a step back this year. But then again, they also took all of their hard non-conference games off their schedule because they were like, we know that if we just win, we're going to be in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'll go with Oregon, but I think the winner of the Indiana versus Oregon game is who makes the playoff. And that leaves me with what? 1 spot?
Nebraska.
Auburn.
Miami.
Miami.
Do I think
If Miami makes a playoff this year, I'm buying a Red Hawks jersey. That'd be so sick. By Ben Roethlisberger.
if Miami plays Auburn in the college football playoff, you have to buy box seats?
What if it's at? What if it's
Should I go crazy or should I lay low?
Go crazy.
crazy?
Go crazy.
Week 1.
Give me Oklahoma.
Wow.
Give me Oklahoma.
Not
I think they're
Auburn.
super duper talented.
John Mateer's gonna ask.
Not
you.
crazy
John
He's a
Mateer.
dog.
He's
a
really
dog.
good. And they got his offensive coordinator from Washington State.
Let's run through our quick top 10 quarterbacks and then finish up with hot seat, and we'll be out of here. We'll get you out of here. We've been running a little while. So my top 10 quarterbacks in order. Should I start from 10 and go down?
In order?
I have mine in order. You don't have to.
Yeah,
be in
go
order,
10
but I have
and get
mine in
down.
order. 10 and go down. I have Dylan Raiola at 10.
Ugh.
Then I have DJ Lagway at 9. Luke Altmaier at 8. John Mateer at 7. This is where you guys might start getting angry.
I'm scared.
Drew Aller
No.
at 6.
You're wrong.
Dead
Sam
wrong.
Levitt at 5.
Dead wrong.
Garrett Nussmeier at 4.
You just.
Arch Manning at 3.
Oh my God.
Lenora Sellers at 2.
You're yanking my
And
chain
Dave
here.
Klubnik at 1.
What?
You're yanking my chain.
Looking back at my list, I will switch Drew Aller and Garrett Nussmeier. I will put Drew Aller at 4 and Garrett Nussmeier at 6. Actually, bump Mateer to 6, Aller to 4, Nussmeier to 7.
Crazy.
Okay,
dude.
run through it one more time.
So I have Raiola, Lagway. Actually, Lagway, then Nussmeier, then Altmaier, then Mateer, then Levitt, then Aller, then Arch, then Sellers, then Klubnik at 1. That's not that crazy. Raiola at 10 is kind of crazy, but I just honestly, I was thinking about putting Lagway at 10 and Raiola at 9.
You're insane.
I really.
You're a crazy person.
Dude, what?
That's not that. Who would you say? You don't think Raiola's top 10 quarterback?
No.
I'm higher on
No.
the Cornhuskers this year.
You're extremely. You're like Sam with Illinois last year. It's.
What,
I
it's
forgot.
like-
I
they were a
low
good
key.
team.
I
They were a
low
good
key also
team.
forgot Luke Altmaier went to Ole Miss. I kind of forgot that. And then
What?
that was
I
just
did
random.
not know that.
Yeah, he was at Ole Miss.
Forgot about that.
Can you, dude? Like,
How's
Really?
that crazy? I don't see. I see Raiola being somewhat crazy, but everything else seems pretty solid.
Run through it one more time, just because I
Please.
keep I'm losing your list.
Raiola is at 10. Lagway is at 9. Then I have Nussmeier, then Altmaier, then Mateer, then Levitt, then Aller, then Arch, then Sellers, and Klubnik.
Okay. It's not crazy.
It's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy. It was crazy.
It was
until you
crazy.
changed it a
I
second
walked
ago.
it back. I walked it back.
It was crazy. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody because
I'm
What, you
looking
think
through
you're
my
missing
list
some
right
people?
now.
Yeah, because you guys probably got some whack schedules. Or some
No.
whack.
I think mine's
let me.
pretty-
I think I might try to put this in order. So Sam, you go first.
I have mine in order if you want it.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Number 10, I got Carson Beck, Miami.
That's absurd.
Number 9, I got Altmaier. Number 8, I have Sellers. Number 7, I've got Lagway. Number 6, I have Nussmeier. Number 5, I have Levitt. Number 4, I got Mateer. 3, I got Manning. 2, I have Drew Aller. And number 1, I got Kate Klubnik. I think he's the most pure quarterback in the whole mix. I don't think that's crazy. Bottom from top: Beck, Altmaier, Sellers, Lagway, Nussmeier, Levitt, Mateer, Manning, Aller, Klubnik. I think it's solid. And Aller could
Beck at 10 is
easily jump
crazy.
up there if
Carson
they just
Beck
come
is
out.
Buns.
He's not Buns. Well, look, even if he is Buns, he's going to be putting up some insane stats.
He will.
So
I don't know if he will.
Yeah.
I think he's going to, dude, I think he's just going to come out a whole different player.
I think Miami's going to tote that rock some more this year.
I think he's going to be loose, dude. He's not going to have to play with his sphincter tight.
Maybe he's loose because he's been just getting all over Miami. We see the pictures. He's distracted. He ain't in it. Dude, Kirby Smart kept him in it. And then he just...
He ain't in it.
And the Cavender twin broke him.
I like Mateer. I really like Klubnik. I think Klubnik is the most pure quarterback, like I said, in the whole mix. Manning, I just have him high because everybody's high on him. Like, he could easily drop in 3 weeks.
Do you
he
think
could easily
that
drop
Archie
after week 1.
Do you think
Be
Archie's
honest.
serious about him staying at Texas another year?
Yeah.
Like he's not going to be in the draft?
Archie's serious. I don't know if Arch is serious
I
about it.
think Arch is. It
They
depends how
seem
it
like
goes
they're
this
like
year.
they seem like though that they honor the hierarchy in the family and that like he speaks for everybody.
Yeah, they're like the Rockefellers of college football.
Arguably the top football family in history.
Arguably, yeah.
I was gonna say arguably the top.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Put Raiola on the list. It's fine.
I'm not putting Raiola on the list, dude. I'm not doing
Isn't
it.
he like 50?
You gonna put Bo Pribula at
No,
10?
he's young.
I'd consider it. I would
That's
consider
crazy.
it.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
I'm not
That's
considering
crazy.
it. I'm
I like
joking.
Pribula,
I'm
but
joking.
that's
I'm
crazy.
joking. It's a joke.
Raiola's
God, guys.
is arguably proven more than Arch has.
Dude, he's just
And Lagway.
He's a Mahomes. He's a
Okay,
Mahomes.
relax. No.
What's it called?
No.
Cosplayer, dude. It's the only reason people like him.
Raiola has not proven more than Lagway. Lagway was the entire Florida offense every time he played.
I like
They
Lagway a lot.
They
So
had
was
multiple
Raiola.
games.
Nebraska had no offense last year.
Yeah, but they sucked. Like the Florida offense was decent with Lagway in. It's like the Nebraska offense just sucked, even though he was the all offense.
Did you guys watch Any Given Saturday?
I haven't yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a reason that Netflix wanted to do SEC and not Big Ten.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because you guys are all insane.
Well, it's also a failing.
But our tradition
football.
runs deep. Tradition is arguably kept more in the SEC than any other conference.
So
Dude, this lightning storm
yeah.
was insane.
All right, Sean, let it rip.
Okay, I'm gonna put this guy because I want to stand on
Business.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm stand on business. Okay. At number 10, I have Damon Williams.
Wow.
Just because I really like him.
Holy hell.
It's a little bit of projection, but I think he's going to be really, really good.
I like it.
Number 9, I'm going to put Arch. Just because I'm not I don't love. I don't know. I got to see him do it. I think he can, and I think he could have 2 good games. Like, he could beat Ohio State, and all of a sudden I'd start calling him a top 5 quarterback, if not a top 3 quarterback.
If they beat Ohio State, if they open up and beat Ohio State.
If they beat Ohio State and he looks like the real deal, like, yeah, sure, I'll reconsider.
It's at the shoot, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's in Columbus.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty strong start.
Okay, number 8, I have Haynes King.
Oh, I
from
forgot
Georgia Tech.
Haynes King.
I love Haynes King.
Oh, I forgot him. I forgot, even though he's 28 years old.
He's a stud.
I forgot.
He's a stud.
I forgot about Haynes King. I knew I was missing somebody.
Freak show, for real. Number 7, I'm gonna put Mateer at 7, and then number 6, I'm gonna put Nussmeier just because he turns the ball over. If he didn't have like those 2 to 3 plays a game where it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, like he'd be a top 3 quarterback.
Did in that Any Given Saturday. They featured LSU a lot, and
I bet
that was a big story.
I bet. Like if he could turn those plays off, he'd be top 3.
But also too, it felt like they had to press all the time because their defense was always letting up a touchdown every drive.
True. So I have him. What was that, 6?
Yeah.
So number 5, I'll put Lagway 5. So that leaves me 4. Who am I missing?
Lenore
I'm
Sellers.
Oh, I didn't say Sellers yet. Okay.
Sam didn't have him on his list.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna
bro.
put
What?
Where'd you have him?
Sellers? I had him 8th.
I'll put Sellers 5 at 4. Lagway 3? No,
Levitt.
Lagway 4, Levitt 3. Aller 2, Klubnik 1. No, fuck it. Klubnik 2, Aller 1.
Oh, shit.
I thought we were gonna have another threesome.
No. I'm gonna stand on my guy.
Interesting.
I'm gonna stand on my guy.
I like it. I don't hate it.
I like it.
I'm gonna stand on business by Raiola, but like if I could have an 11th, it'd be Haynes King. Is that? 11th?
I was gonna say. So who are our hot takes
Of
out
what?
of these?
Who's on our list? Who shouldn't be, or who should be on our list? That's not.
Well, who's on each of our lists that isn't on the other two's list?
Raiola's not on either of your guys' list.
He will not be on my list.
He will not be on my list. I mean, maybe by the end of the year,
We
you
all
have to
put
show me something.
Lagway and us. I mean, I feel like all of our. You're the only one who put the dude from
Carson Beck.
Yeah, Carson Beck.
We all have the same except for one. Everybody has one person that's not on here.
Well, no, I have Haynes King and DeMond
Yeah.
Williams.
So who did you leave off?
I left off Raiola and I left off Altmaier.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think Altmaier's all that crazy talented.
I
think he's
almost
just-
put the who's the cat at Michigan State?
No.
Bro,
No.
what?
Aiden Childs.
What are you talking about? Peyton Thorne comes out of retirement?
Yeah, but you're hoping for another Peyton Thorne transfer from Michigan State to Auburn? Yeah, have fun with Aiden Childs. Why don't you? I almost put Kevin Jennings. I did almost put Kevin Jennings. I almost thought about putting Taylor Green, but Taylor Green is just
No,
like,
Nico.
why would Nico be on
I
that
wouldn't
list?
want him. I'm saying, like, I know a lot of people on
Actually-
like analysts who have put him in there.
I am gonna change. I'm gonna change my DeMond Williams pick to Rocco Becht. That's mine. That's
Who's running QB at Florida State this year?
it's Thomas
Oh, that's
Castellanos,
right.
and he's like, Bama's not gonna know what hit him or whatever the hell he said. Dude's insane. Have fun with that.
Nussmeier, I low key, as much as I wanted, I almost didn't put Nussmeier on the list because
He's too talented. You can't.
he is really talented, but yeah, I almost didn't put him on the list to be TBH. But
I mean, is he the most volatile quarterback?
I think Lagway's the most volatile quarterback. Dude, Lagway had some bad
Yeah.
games last
Yeah, you're probably
He's,
right.
he was a freshman, true freshman last year, but he had some really bad games last year.
We're not going to
True.
go with
I mean,
the Liberty transfer, Caden Salter to
Yeah, King
Colorado.
Salter's gonna be good, but who's he gonna throw the ball to?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm good off that, Chief. Also, who did name 2 teams that Liberty played last year that were considered
he
okay?
almost was at all. Instead of Arnold, it was almost him because he played for Hugh Freeze at Liberty. But
Dude, they didn't play anyone last year. They should have. They were negative. They were minus odds before the year to go undefeated, and I think they still lost again.
Bo Prabula, I almost also put on the list.
Love me some Bo,
I almost did instead of Raiola, but I just really like Raiola.
bro.
I like the
There's,
Kevin Jennings a lot. That's a pretty good pick. Rocco from Iowa State.
Yeah, he's my
Becht.
new 10.
Yeah.
Who's the
He's my
quarterback
new
at
10.
Who's the quarterback at Kansas State?
Avery Johnson.
Oh yeah, he's
way
nasty.
too volatile.
But
yeah,
he's
super
good.
talented.
His ceiling's really good. At his ceiling, he's
uber
really good.
talented. Uber talented.
What
but,
about
like,
Lama Leva in like the 12 spot?
No.
What about his
God,
brother?
no. I'd almost put who was I just looking at?
Pavia.
I mean, the Navy guy, Blake Horvath.
I like
Bro, he had how many rushing touchdowns last year?
Pavia might be low key good.
No. The kid's got hard.
He's a glorified Tim Tebow. That's PG-13.
The kid's got hard, but
All he does is run the ball.
Miller
I was
Moss,
so mad.
Louisville. Louisville's a sleeper in the ACC. I know
forgot
they're the
he's
third
at
highest
Louisville this
odds,
year.
but yeah,
Who's the quarterback at?
Where was
at
Moss
USC
last
this
year? USC?
it's oh my god, what's his name? Stop, Jordan Mayava.
All right.
Big question.
If we're gonna talk USC, we can lead into hot seat, coach hot seat. I'm just gonna run my list real quick. You can tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm right. My number one hot seat. I don't have this ranked in any order, but I know off the top of my head is Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, he's just like, if we don't win, it's like going to be the biggest because we're going to be paying out our third coach, and we're still giving Gus Malzahn money and Brian Harsin money, and we're giving, and we'd be. So this was a part of the conversation. I had a conversation. This is kind of random, but kind of not with Allie, my wife's parents, about what would you do if you had fuck you money. I would call Auburn Athletics and say, I have as much money as I could spend, whatever. I'm gonna say, how much money to pay you one time, to have a box at every stadium, and to have there is not a single coach hire, there is not a single anything unless it comes through me, or I know about it, be on that booster,
You'd have to buy the program.
I wouldn't have to buy the program. They have boosters that are worth more than the people who own the program. I'm just saying that I want to be like the head of that booster committee where I know everything before everybody knows, and like they're not gonna hire somebody unless like I'm pretty much cool with it. You know how sick that would be to pull you guys into on the side and be like, hey, Auburn's letting me know that they're bringing in so and so from whatever. Like,
Podcast would go
dude, that would
so
go
viral.
lit.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you rehire Hugh Freeze, and then you're 6-6.
I would probably rehire Gus Malzahn tomorrow if it was like
Christ.
hey, we're firing Hugh Freeze. So my hot seats are Hugh Freeze, Billy Napier. If they don't do it at Florida this year, he's on the hot seat. Luke Fickell is on the hot seat. He had a really good season 2 years ago, but when you give Wisconsin their first losing season in 25 years, you're on the hot seat. Mike Norvell obviously is on the hot seat.
That's such a hard one.
I mean, Sam Pittman at Arkansas, he's on the hot seat.
That's not a hard one.
I mean, and if he gets fired, they're going to bring Bobby Petrino back, and it's going to be the prodigal son return at Arkansas, dude. Just everybody's going to be so up in the air about it.
Disaster.
Brent Venables on that list. Brian Kelly on that list for sure. Lincoln Riley. And then kind of a crazy one, but Bent Pry at Virginia Tech is on that list also. Those are my hot seats. If these teams don't draft, I think some of these teams don't have to drastically increase, but some of these teams do. Like, let's say Florida goes sub 500. I think Billy Napier's gone. Luke Fickell doesn't win 7 games. I think he's gone.
They're not going to win 7 games. I can almost guarantee.
Okay, if they don't win 6 games, then he's gone.
No, you might not be wrong, but I'm just saying, I will put my foot down.
I think if Arkansas loves Sam Pittman, but I think that the boosters miss Bobby Petrino, and they just kind of had to fire him because he was with a prostitute and cheating on his wife and got into a motorcycle accident. That's the whole reason he got fired at Arkansas, because it's the South. I think low key if Sam Pittman, if he doesn't have some crazy year where he wins like 8 or 9 games, that they're just gonna fire him and Bobby Petrino's in. But like knowing the people that I know still in Arkansas, they love Sam Pittman. Like he's just the epitome of like he literally looks like a hog. Like he's
That's insane.
But like Lincoln Riley at USC, like USC is like if you were to put like who is college football blue bloods from like the very beginning, USC's on that list just for how dominant they were in the late 90s, early 2000s. But like they haven't been good since then, really, and since Reggie Bush. And so if you don't perform, all this money that it took, all the backdooring it took for him to leave Oklahoma, take Caleb Williams with him to go there, and they have had no production. The only thing they had was Miller Moss, and he left. And he's supposed to be like a Hugh Freeze, like a QB guru. If they have another bad round of quarterbacks, then he's gone. And Brian Kelly, it's just like Brian Kelly's a defensive guy. Like that's like he's known for having stellar defenses, and if nothing happens, then. And also low key, another one too would be who's the cat at Texas A&M? Why am I tripping?
Mike Elko?
Yeah, if his defense is bad again this year, because he was the defensive coordinator forever. They had the most dominant defenses ever when he was the defensive coordinator there. If they just finish unranked again this year with the same prediction of they could make the playoff, they could be a playoff team, whatever, and then they end up winning 7 games again this year, then it could be another.
I don't know. He's in year 2, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, you've seen SEC doesn't play around, dude. The lifespan for an SEC is like dog years. Like if you're It seems like every other conference gives their coaches like the longest leashes ever, but in the SEC, it's like if you're not winning within 2 years, like you're gone. 3 years.
He'd have to lose pretty substantially though in order to get fired in year 2.
But those are my coach hot seats.
Okay, and unless Sam, are you set with your list?
I mean, I pretty much just agree with Luke, except I would fling James Franklin on there if he loses another big game.
This is
How
like realistic.
many
Like,
big
this is pretty
games?
like.
I know, but like, so maybe not as realistic, but the conversation has to start. If they lose to Ohio State and then they lose another playoff game, they have the best team right now on paper. They're against a bunch of teams that are kind of rebuilding. We talked about that all night. It comes to a point where it's just like this guy cannot manage a big game. I'm sorry, he's our coach. I love the team, but it comes to a point where you can't manage a big game. It's like putting people who like to drive fast cars into a NASCAR. Like it's a whole different car. You can't drive one of those Formula One cars, any of those NASCARs without training experience. Unfortunately, he's had the experience, but none of the outcomes. And it hurts to watch. It hurts every time when some years you're better than Ohio State, and then it just crumples. The conversation has to start, dude. If Penn State ends 9-3, it's some terrible fashion. If they're 9-3, or if they lose before the semis and playoffs, the conversation has to start. That's my hottest take.
Okay. Oh, going down the list, I mean, Luke, I agree with most of yours. Like, obviously, Sam Pittman, the writing's been on the wall. Like, he has to pull a rabbit out of the hat to save his job. Hugh Freeze, duh. Billy Napier saved his job last year, just enough to give him another year to try. So obviously, like, if it doesn't work this year, it's cooked. I mean, you look at any SEC team that's really struggling, it's like it's hot seat season immediately.
I think you think if Bama doesn't make the playoff for the second year in a row, Kellen DeBoer is on the chopping block.
No, I think the conversation starts where next year is a big year.
Yeah, I just think though that DeBoer was just the best coach at the time when Nick Saban retired for them to hire. So it's like who I wouldn't even be surprised. Like let's say worst case scenario, let's say Bama only wins like 7 games out of some odd crazy reason, and Lincoln Riley gets fired. I could see Lincoln Riley in a Bama, or I could see low key. This isn't crazy. I don't know how crazy this is, but Lane Kiffin back at Bama as head coach.
It's crazy, but it's not crazy to where like you're insane. It's crazy,
Saban.
like that's crazy.
He hated Saban, and I think he would love nothing more than put back on that crimson and white and just be like, "I'm going to do it better than he did." And
yeah, but anyway, I think Mark Stoops is on the hot seat too. Just Kentucky is a mess. Like, how many times can they go 3-9 before he gets cut?
they were saved by being like not being considered the worst team in the SEC for the longest time because of Vanderbilt, and now that Vanderbilt's like decent, it's like, what are you gonna do? Mississippi State totally is a whole new program. Like they lost not a single player on their team last year started for them a game the year before, and so they're getting get out of jail free card for at least the next 3 years. But
so I think like Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Kentucky.
The SEC could look drastically different next year.
Brian Kelly would have to lose pretty substantially. Brent Venables is a good one. He has to take a step. Like they have to go like they have to win like some big game. They have to go like at least 7-5 minimum, I guess. Like I know the schedule's hard, but like it gets to a certain point. I think that's about it. I don't see a world where Mike Elko gets fired this year unless they go like 2-10. Like I just think you have to give him a little bit of time. Texas A&M is, Jimbo was a disaster. So anyway,
is Lane Kiffin crazy?
Lane Kiffin's a little crazy.
I know that they love him at Ole Miss, but you know how many bad games they dropped last year?
Yeah, but I don't think there's any world where he gets fired unless everything goes extremely wrong. I don't think it's one of those.
You think Austin Simmons ends up better than Dart?
I don't know if he ends up better. I think he's better than people think. I think he's a good player. Really talented. The arm strength is crazy. When he came in that Georgia game for that one drive, dear Lord.
One drive. We thought he was a dog. We were texting about it.
Yeah, we were like, who's this guy?
Like, Jackson Dart's out. Like, see ya.
Who's this guy? When they put Dart back in, we were like, why'd they do that?
Yeah.
Thank God they won that game. I think there was a threesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about all I see for SEC. Big Ten, I mean, what's his face from Maryland is like, just like take him around.
I just don't see anybody on the hot seat in the Big Ten, really. Like,
sleeper.
I mean Lincoln Riley, but
Lincoln Riley, yes, clearly. Well, first of all, Matt Rule does have to take a step with Nebraska.
What do you think they have to go for him to like not be on that 8-4? For him not to touch and feely?
For them to avoid, for him to avoid
6-6 this year. They went 6-6.
If they go 7-5, it's like okay, like it's a step, but you need to keep being better. But everyone, like Matt Rule's thing is like his third year, the teams blow up and they go crazy. Like he won with Temple in his third year.
Yeah, I love hearing. I mean, I also get fired up about Nebraska, because Will Compton always fires me up on Bussin' with the Boys. He fires me up. I'm like, they're my favorite. I feel like they're my favorite Big Ten team besides Penn State, but Penn State just has left a salty taste in my mouth ever since they had the home and home against Auburn. So like,
and we walked into your house and beat you guys by 80.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Luke Fickell is the other obvious one, but my sleeper one is low key either Kirk Ferentz or PJ Fleck. I think if Iowa has a down year again, not again, like they're always very consistent, but it's like consistently like 8-4. Like if they have a down year, he's not going to get fired. But I think it would start to, or if Minnesota has a bad year, like PJ Fleck was supposed to save the program. They were really good in his first year, and it's kind of just petered out.
What about the dude at Michigan State?
No, it's his second year. You
Yeah.
got to give him a chance. I like Jonathan Smith a lot too.
So I have a crazy. I was watching a video about. They're asked the question of like how bad of a backward step does Oregon have to take for that conversation to start Dan Lanning? I think they could go lose every game and he'd still be fine.
Yeah,
They'd be like, "Oh, bad year."
He wouldn't. There's no world where he gets fired
I don't think
this
so
year.
either.
There's like it's impossible.
Even if they get over, I don't.
He'd have to shoot somebody on the sideline.
I saw somebody say like they go like 6-6 and he's like on the hot seat. I'm like, dude,
no. It'd be a conversation. Because it'd be like, what the hell just happened? Like you have to take the step back towards like being national title contenders next year, but like, no, he's too good of a coach. They love him too much.
You think this is okay? Let's say Ohio State misses the playoff. They lose to Michigan again, and they finally lose to Penn State. I'm telling you, based off the vibes that I get in the office every day, like there will be people ready to call for Day to be fired, even though he won a
Sure.
natty the year before. I think if they lose for a 6th straight year to Michigan,
Is it 6 already, or is it 5?
It's 5 right now. It'll be 6 this year.
It's 5 right now.
Yeah.
Good lord.
And if they lose a 6th year in a row,
Are you sure? I think it's 4.
no,
right
maybe
now,
it's
but
4, but still,
Still.
5. If they lose a 5th year in a row to Michigan,
Yeah.
and they miss the playoff, I think there's a world. I think it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Sure.
Depending who was out there. If it's a bad coach cycle year, there's not really anybody out there. Then like maybe I don't think they let him go. But like if it's like there's some decent names on the block, like I think there's a world.
Maybe. Anywho, that's about it for Big Ten. I'll breeze through the rest of it. ACC. Like, dude, this lightning's insane. ACC. I mean, is Pat Narduzzi not fired yet? Like, good God. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Good for you, Pittsburgh. Just be mediocre every year. Why don't you?
Brent Pry, obviously. I mean,
Brent Pry's the big one, just because like last year was supposed to be a really big year. They brought back Kyron Drones, and like it just all fell apart. Low key, if Miami takes a step back, I think there's a conversation to be had about Cristobal.
Yeah, I don't see that unrealistic.
I think there's a real conversation to be had about Cristobal, but that's like because each conference kind of has like they'd have to take a decently step back, but like it's not out of the realm of possibility in the slightest.
How long do you think the Bill Belichick
I
conversation
don't care.
goes on for? How long do you think that experiment lasts? Let's say that just like the NFL experience, this is an NFL football team. We're just going to breed NFL talent, like whatever. You think because he's not even contracted through the year, right? He's like he can just pick in his contract. I think he can just like leave whenever.
There's some funky thing with it. I don't know exactly what it is. I give it.
You think Jordan lets him stick around? She's just going to save his image. They go 0-4 or like whatever to start the year, and it's like Jordan gets him to get out of there. Also, did you see he has man tits? Did you see that picture on Twitter?
Yes.
He has D's, dude. C cups, maybe.
He's gonna shock the world, Belichick,
In what way?
and probably a couple ways.
I love that Shane Gillis opener when he goes, since when in this world did we start hating on 74-year-olds dating hot 23-year-olds? He's like, when did this country go bad?
Yeah, but
Good night, boobs. That little engine that could, but needed a pill first.
Jesus. Yeah, it's a disaster. Like, I don't care. And I really just don't care at all about it. Like, I don't know. But anyway, like, Big 12, I'm trying to see.
I don't think there's anybody in the hot seat in the Big 12, really, unless Utah takes a step back.
There's one I can think of, and it's Cincinnati. Just because Cincinnati, like, not that long ago was competing for national championships, and now Scott Satterfield took over, and it's kind of been a disaster.
Utah? I think if Utah takes another step back. BYU?
No.
BYU's a mess.
I mean, are they officially in the Big 12?
Yeah. It's a mess because with the quarterback and like broke the rules by doing God knows what.
Looking at a woman before marriage.
I mean, if Oklahoma State has another bad year, is Mike Gundy gone, or did they just like force him to retire?
They forced him to retire. He's too big of a name. He's been there forever.
I know, but like they were supposed to be good last year, and they went 3-9.
Yeah, and they absolutely struggled against Arkansas. They went like into 2 OT or 3 OT against them, and like they just.
I don't know how they won that game either.
Never
That was the
did.
craziest game I've ever seen. But yeah, I think Gundy and Satterfield are the two in the Big 12. But besides that, and then small schools, we don't need to do all that. We've talked for long enough.
We're 2 hours in, but we covered everything we needed to cover. Oh
Goodness
man,
gracious.
dude, 2 weeks.
God, this got my blood going though.
3 weeks really till it really starts, dude. I just love that week 1 has good games. Like I feel like for so long as a child there was just like week 1 was just like a throwaway. You were just like like there might be a good game, whatever. Now this week 1 is stacked.
Dude,
so,
1 versus 2, like
Beautiful.
1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 in the coaches bowl, 1 versus 3 in the AP.
Close enough.
But I'm so excited. I'm also hyped that Auburn plays on a Friday night, which because I won't be distracted by any other games. I normally never am anyway, but just like nothing in my heart knowing that like I'm missing this other game's also going on.
He says he doesn't have expectations, but he's gonna rage all year long.
Here's what's gonna happen is that Auburn's gonna have a really bad game and they're gonna lose by like 24, and Luke's gonna be over the college football season before the first Saturday.
This is shit, man.
Because the only thing about the Baylor game though is that it's like I truly think that determines like 3 more games in our schedule. Like I think it's a differential between like 2 or 3 more games. Like
I don't hate that.
So it is the biggest. Like in week 1 should not have this much stress around it, but like this is like
set the tone.
It does. It massively sets the tone. I think like if we beat Baylor, then I think you at least give us a shot against Oklahoma or A&M. But if we're 2-1 with a loss against Baylor, it's like, well then we're fucked it's over. We're screwed against Oklahoma and Texas. Like it's all just downhill from there. But if you start off 2-1 and you finish 3-2 out of the stretch against, I think if we don't start 4-2, I think our floor is very quickly approaching. If we in that first 6
floor's
games,
going to be rising.
If we're 2-4 in those first 6 games, then like it's going to be horrendous. But if like that's why I think that Baylor game means so much, because I think if we beat Baylor, one of those 2 games, Oklahoma or Texas A&M, is not out of the realm of possibility. But if we lose, then we're dropping both of those games. And then if we drop both of those games, we're definitely losing to Georgia because we have no momentum.
I thought there was no world where they lose that game.
No world.
I don't think there is unless we're 2-4. That's the only world. 2-3. If we're 2-3, I think that's the only world.
There's a lot of worlds with that.
I know.
Yeah, the one we live on.
It's just because the last 3 years, this has been the year since Hugh Freeze has been hired. He's been just preaching year 3, year 3, year 3. So it's like this is it. You know what I mean? Or we're starting all back over again, and I can't do another 4 years of just like crap. I just can't. I grew up with a pretty good childhood, on and off. You'd go bad year, good year, bad year, good for 2 years, bad, whatever. But now it's been 4 straight years, and it has just been nothing but hell. No, not even mediocre.
He's the perfect man for the job. His name starts with an S.
I was so hyped for Hugh Freeze.
I'm making a complete what out of myself?
All right. Well, ladies, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
We've talked to you long enough.
Too long.
The Super Show.
Follow the Instagram or follow the Twitter. Not all it takes 2 underscores. Subscribe to the YouTube. Not all it takes 2 S's. We'll be back next week with our NFL preview. Hopefully, it won't be 2 hours long, but who knows? We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
A lot to unpack.
No, it's gonna be fun.
Bro, I don't really have much to unpack with that
Breaking
one.
news.
Our top story tonight.
Oh man.
A little preview for you of that episode. The Saints suck.
Yeah.
Yep. I hope.
Dude, they're gonna win. They're gonna win 6 games, 7 games for no reason.
I'm gonna be so angry.
They're gonna start a 3-0. Luke's gonna be like, "Oh my god, we have life," and then they're gonna lose 9-4.
Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, I saw an interview. I saw an interview on Part of My Take where the guy was like, "If the Saints have a winning culture where it's like they refuse to lose. However, if they do win under 3 games this year, it's not on purpose." I'm like, that's horrendous. That scares me so bad. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day, whenever you're listening to this episode. We love you. We appreciate you. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Football.
Thank you for listening to this point as well.
We can now press the button. Football is back.
Football button.
Press the button.
Press the DraftKings button.
Football is
No, I
back.
didn't say that.
Deposit the coin for the season.
Press
Into
the
the-
DraftKings button.
Angry your wives and girlfriends and put the mortgage in for the year. And
You'll be all right.
that's right. Be all right.
The kids' college tuition fund, the house fund.
All of it on
All
Washington.
the stock
to make the
market,
playoff.
dude. If you think about it, your stock market winning, you could beat the stock market this year.
Yeah, if you just bet on Auburn to beat Georgia, because there's no way they lose.
There's no world.
No,
Or
this
you
is,
just-
world.
this is not gambling.
Or you just be like me
advice.
and bet against the Rockies every game of the season.
What, minus 450?
What'd the Rockies do?
That's what I've done every
The hell,
game. I've
dude.
just bet against the Rockies every game this year, and I'm up.
There you go.
She broke.
I'm gonna do that with Auburn this year. See how much money I can collect.
I hope you do that. I want you to do that. I invite the challenge.
Arkansas plus 6.5 against Auburn. Lock of the century.
I'd take that right now.
I can't deal any more crap from my Arkansas friends if we lose again.
Wait, before we go, I just want to see if there's odds up for that game.
I don't think there is.
It's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. The Georgia line is 6.5. The Bama line is 5.5. But
That's not bad.
the Baylor line is 2.5.
It was 2 is what I just saw.
Jackson Arnold is plus 2,500 to win the Heisman.
Auburn versus Arkansas is currently projected to have Auburn as a 2.5 point favorite. God. Oh, wait, no, this is last year's. I don't know why
Okay.
Google's giving me this one from last year.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
Because
I
this
was
is
like,
it says
no shot.
at Jordan Hare Stadium. So that doesn't make any sense. They must not be out yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
It says I can't
Alright.
continue without disabling.
Well, we'll find out. Luke, take us home.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next time. This has been the College Football Preview.
The Super Show.